Hey, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night show. It is Thursday night, Friday morning. All right. Very good. We got some cool stuff going on. We got the Crimson Invasion. We got this Harry Potter pack. We got the Topps pack. We got the Gengar Pikachu break. We got everything. Tonight's title shall be, I want to excite people. What should I say to excite people? I want people to go, hey, I want in this. Lego Kanto badges break. Topps rainbow break. Pikachu Gengar break. All about the breaks here. And what else? Mega Tyranitar close. Because he is. All right. We're going to go to live alert. I was making some content before we went live. I made 2 pieces of content, but I only posted one. Thursday night. Thursday night time. All right, we got a little Zelda playing right now. I think we're done with Skyrim for a little while. I can only do so much Skyrim because I think we played that music too much in the past, you know. Actually, it's kind of the same for Zelda. We played a lot of Zelda. All right, let's go ping up Instagram. Mister's here. Smooch. Here, let me turn this on. All right, log it into that. We can turn the comment section on right away, I think. Mike's side told me we should try vertical streaming again, by the way. What do you guys think of that? Go back to the vertical streaming. There we go. All right, so that's advertised. And here's the Harry Potter one. We're going to delete this. Okay. You know, people don't really respond as well to anything other than Pokemon. Pokemon goes viral. And other things that aren't Pokemon don't really go as viral. Mark Hemingway. How's it going, Mark? Okay. Let's see. That's our previous live stream. Let me hit refresh on this. Mistress here and queer. What? What are you talking about? I'm here and I keep getting videos about the Lacey trial or whatever it's called. The lady who like strangled her kids and now everyone's supporting her or something like that. You guys getting a lot of videos on that? Man, my whole feed is full of that. Super viral. All right, let's see. I was just watching the new Grand Theft Auto leaks, and oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Oh, is it good? That's good. I know there's a lot of excitement for Grand Theft Auto. Okay, we're going to hit post on this. Should I delete our live streams? I wonder. Let's see what our dashboard for Facebook is saying. No vertical. You don't like vertical? Vertical's so good. All right, very good. Let's jump back over here. So we're multi-streaming to Facebook, and I don't really know how many additional views that brings in, but maybe it brings in a couple here and there. I kind of wish we were multi-streaming to other platforms too. I think we should just do it every single night. I'm gonna delete this. I'm gonna delete these. I don't need this. You got a new order. I don't need this. I'm cleaning up my emails at the moment. Okay, lots of junk emails. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and close this. Let's go ahead and open up a link to add the website. Vertical is ass, says CC Collects. He loves ass. Go ahead and pin this. All right, pin. Why does it do that, I wonder? When I pin the website, it always makes all the comments disappear. Take a second to smash the like button on your way in, guys. Okay, and then also, yes, let's go ahead and edit a few more things. So over here. My son is in the hospital. He's decided to take 15 Benadryl and overdosed. Oh, man, that sucks, man. You are? My parents were always terrified of that. We had a drug cabinet with like triple locks on it. And we had locks on literally every cabinet in our house. And they trained all of us older kids all the time about, you know, kids wanting to get into the cabinets. And if I recall, there was a scare one day that somebody got into the dishwasher cleaner stuff. But I think they discovered the kid didn't eat any of it. So, yeah, kids are a little bit crazy, man. They think it's candy. All right. It's Benadryl, so I think it'll be all right. Yeah? Benadryl? I don't know how dangerous Benadryl is. I don't remember hearing that one was super dangerous, but obviously you can't be doing that much Benadryl. Look up what it dosed to you. Let me look it up. What happens if I overdose Benadryl? Drowsiness, confusion, hallucination, dangerously fast heart rate, life-threatening heart rhythm problem. Ooh, okay. Well, he's in the best possible place he can be while he's going through, you know, his body detoxing from that. So he's in a safe place now. The doctors are pretty smart. I'm sure they'll take care of him. All right. What are we missing? Oh, we're missing the tags. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Part of having kids, I guess. You are. Let's see. Delete that. Speaking of having kids, on Monday, Karis goes and takes a blood test to see if she's really pregnant. You are. Okay, we're going to jump over here. Haha. I was the oldest brother, so I was there for tons of childbirths and pregnancies. And it's like, now I've lived a long life with no children at all. I've had like a lifetime with no children ever since I left home. And, you know, I'm ready again. I got to have my own kids now. Best of luck. Look up the Benadryl and the Hat Man. All right. So we're ready to begin. We had an Oscar Diaz pre-order. And then over here we have a Hathim order, but it's not his turn yet. And then over here we have, let me hit refresh. It's a huge deal with teens right now. Anyone can buy it at any age. Oh, the Benadryl, huh? Dang, dude. That sucks, man. So I misunderstood it. I thought you were saying you had a very young child who got into Benadryl and thought it was candy. You're saying he was maybe trying to use Benadryl and he took too much of it. That's crazy. That's tough, man. I'll just lock my child up or something. I don't know. How do you deal with something like that? All right. Grabbing this. When I was a kid, I never had an issue like that. Personally, I never had an interest in any kind of recreational drugs or anything like that. Guess I never wanted to feel good. I liked video games pretty badly, though. That was considered bad back then. And so you could call me a video game addict. But yeah, I mean, that's not a bad addiction, really, compared to what you could get into. All right. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyone can buy it at any age. And Benadryl makes you sleepy and drowsy. Yeah, that's interesting. Oscar Diaz, he's going to order 1 pack of Crimson. Weed really harmless when you compare it to most every other drug. Yeah, that's what I've kind of come to the same conclusion on. Here we are. All right, you're not going to, I mean, you can take too much weed, but it's not going to probably kill you. Freak you out, maybe. Make you sick. Here we go, Oscar Diaz. This is Oscar's pack. He ordered this like, how long ago did he order this? Like 6 hours ago. Here's Cubone, Weedle, Minccino, Corfish, Ghastly. Ooh, Ghastly reverse is decent. And then Oranguru. All right, we're going to have Ghastly for your reverse holo. I like combining them. If you take 10 or more, it makes you see things. And honestly, he was tripping last night. It was crazy, like he was on shrooms or acid. Wild. Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know why, but I stay away from drugs personally. It's not like a Jesus thing. It's not like a I don't like to have a good time kind of thing. It's more like I just can't imagine myself being any other way other than like perfectly the way my brain already is. I like it that way. And I think people enjoy something from drugs that I just don't get. Like, it doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like awful. It makes me feel like my brain's not working right. And that bothers me a lot. I like feeling like my brain's nice and sharp. All of my best times are when my brain's highly alert and just very sharp. Yeah, that's why I like caffeine, actually. If I had to do something, I'd do caffeine because it makes you even more sharp. So if I had to have a drug, it'd be like sugar and caffeine. Check it out, everybody. We have Karis really likes alcohol, and she has a half brother who got into drugs, and now he's like schizophrenic. The junk packs are back. They are even more cards. They are 18 cards per pack, but they cost $3.50 now. So the junk packs have evolved a little bit over time. When I started them a while back, junk packs were just 12 cards per pack. That's all it was. It was 12 random cards. And I was like, because a booster pack is like 12 cards, right? That's what a booster pack is. It's 12 cards. Well, what I kind of discovered is people would buy like 10 packs of them in a row. And by then we were edging the number of cards in the bag all the way up to 16. Now it's 18. So it started at 12. Now it's 50% heavier at 18 cards. And we raised the price by only 50 cents. 50 cents more, you get 6 extra cards. Maybe that's not even a good idea. I don't know, but it's $3.50. You get 18 cards. It's a ton of cards. It's going to make you, if you order 10 of those, you'll need like 2 fresh baggies to hold it all. So there they are. The junk packs are restocked. I worked on that last night. It's kind of a nice thing to see all of the cards that I really wasn't intending to do anything with kind of go somewhere. And I want to say something about those junk packs. I'm going to run out of them. They are a limited time deal. You guys buy them faster than I obtain them. So you guys buy the junk faster than I acquire junk. And so one day, either the price will have to go up or I'll have to say sold out, one or the other. So I thought you guys might find that interesting. Let's see. If you take 10 or more, it makes you see things. He was tripping last night. It was crazy like he was on mushrooms. He has no memory of what happened. And the crazy part is this is very common for kids his age and the symptoms are all the same. Oh, that sucks, man. Time to have the Benadryl intervention. You take all bulk. It's unlimited junk packs, mister. Well, that's bulk. The junk packs have better than bulk in them, right? Let's take a junk pack out. This is not bulk. This is actual stuff. So let's give you a sampling of one of the packs. This is just one pack. They're all different from each other a little bit. This is some Sneaker Bunko Volume 1 hollows. This is 4 MetaZoo hollows. Here is some Pokemon Art Box stickers, which are cute. Here's appears to be some Korean Eevee heroes. I don't know, Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess. Here's a Pokemon. Oh, that's a full Pokemon Karuta. And then here's some Playboys. I got a bunch of these Playboys laying around. So there you go. So that's what a junk pack might look like. None of that was actually bulk. Now, on occasion, it might be bulk. It might be like, maybe like Hello Kitty or something. Because the Hello Kitty bulk, it's not like regular bulk. When you open one of those Hello Kitty packs, you only get like 4 cards or something, maybe 5 cards. And some of them seem pretty gradable to me, non-hollow bulk from the Hello Kitties. So I treat those kind of like, I don't know, like A-tier bulk or something. So those can be used sometimes as junk pack fodder, but I actually will run out of that Hello Kitty stuff. I already almost have. So the Hello Kitty cards are almost gone, and then you just won't get any more. You're right, I'm high. Sorry, mister. Hey, what's up, Kayla? You're actually buying the bulk you already opened. No, again, those are not bulk cards. J-Dog Gaming, those are not bulk cards. What you just saw was not a single one of those was a bulk card. Again, you might occasionally find something in there, like maybe I found some yellow border Pokemon, maybe I just put in a filler card or something, but almost every single one of those was actually holographic stuff. So I don't like you saying that. That's kind of mean. Let's go ahead and turn this down. All right, there you go. Very nice. Let's see what we got. So Oscar got his pack of Crimson. And let's move on to Mr. Hathim. 3 more Crimsons. We are? Yeah, that's not true about those packs. We are. Very good. Now, what we got? Snip number 1, snip number 2, and snip number 3. It is. All right. He said, yeah, they're hollows. Yeah, exactly. Those are hollows. Very nice. All right, now what do we got? We got Spoink, Salandit, Mankey. They also sell really fast. They're very popular right now. Cubone, Execute, Bonnelby, and here's Regirock. Look at that Regirock. All right, when does the 30th drop? Like late September, actually, not for a while. So the idea that some of those 30th anniversary cards were already put out on the shelves at like Target, something went wrong. They weren't supposed to do that. All right, let's see what we got next. There we go. Put that there. Here's Starly, Skidoo, Weedle, Geodude, Aaron, Miltank. Oh, and a heavy pack. That's a Salazzle Hollow, too. Nice. Okay, we got a double pull in this pack. Psychic Memory, Lairon. Ooh. Let's leave this. Good. We got some calm Nintendo music playing. That's what we're playing tonight. Turn that down a little bit. It was a bit loud there. Let's grab this Salandit. Looking kind of nice, actually. Hope some of these do grade 10, really. Here's the Miltank. Wow. Lovely. Okay. And now, Swablu. It's Swablu. Swinub. Numel. Minccino. Execute. Type Null. I don't ever have people getting excited over Type Null. And Beedrill. Dang, dude. Still no Pikachu. Dude, that Pikachu must be so hard to pull. It's not even easy to pull the Pikachu common, it feels like. But it's probably more the case like, you know, these packs back in the day were like $4, so you could just mow through them like, you know, like a mower on a grassy lawn. Now you got to go a couple packs at a time, and even that's pricey. There we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Thim. Okay. Putting that there. So Type Null, Miltank's nice. Salazzle, not Salandit, and Bunnelby. Dang, dude. Put these back in here. Come on, Pikachu! At least the Pikachu non-hollow's got to pop out if you're not pulling the reverse hollow. We have an order from Matthew Castellano. Storm Emeralda Snipe. You got him in. Storm Emeralda. We had 2 boxes of this get opened. Before we go any deeper on Storm Emeralda, I'm actually going to go effect a price change on it. So Storm Emeralda shall become $7. That's a really great price. I'm not making any money at $7. I promise you guys I am not. I got charged a lot of money to acquire this product. Let me test it real fast, okay? All right, so I'm going to go in here. I got to see what I paid for these because I'm pretty sure I might not be able to lower it that low. I might actually literally lose money at that point. Okay, so give me a minute. By the way, I bought a special thing today for us to break together down the road. Let's see. All right, how about this? Damn, dude, I way overpaid for one of these. Oh, no. Wait. I think I did my math wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. All right. And then what about this one? That one's pretty bad. And how about this one? What is this music? All right, we're pretty close to break even, but I'm going to bring it down to 7 anyways. All right, 7. That's a break even on some of the ones I acquired, but not all of them. Let's see. let's go over to the website where I can change the price on it. We're going to come to products. I sent you a ZELLE order. So, wait. Any Storm Esmeralda in Korean? I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary to get it in Korean. We're going to do a quick edit on the website, and we're going to say it's $7 a pack. We're going to hit update on that. All right, we're all good. And now we can head back to orders. So Storm Esmeralda has gone down by $1. It is now all the way down to $7. That's nice, right? And now we can open this for our friend Matthew. Good luck, Matthew. Matthew, you're the last one to overpay for it. Ready? Tonight, guys, we have a $50 giveaway. $50, and it's wrapping up tonight. Hey, it's the Explodey Vest. All right. Speaking of Explodey Vest, did you hear about the lady who was going to blow up that building in, what was it, New York City? That was in the news today. Here we are. Lady wanted to do like an ISIS-inspired attack. And there's, I guess, some people are questioning if it's the CIA. They planted it. Everything's fake nowadays. Can't trust anything anymore. There you go. All right. Very nice. So that was in the news as well. So you had the lady who, she like killed her kids, and then that's become like a viral flash, it's like a flashpoint news story because people are discussing whether, we should feel sorry for her. She deserves like forgiveness, and she was failed, and the husband did it. Versus people who feel like, maybe she murdered her kids. All right, let's see what we got. What do we got? Miss Tina. She'll try 20 junk packs. You're taking 20 of them? Really? That's too many. All right, you can have 20. 20 of them. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Wow, that's a lot. A lot more than I thought. So that's a lot. You know what I wish I could do? I wish I could just wrap these up in a bag right now and just ship them out to you instantly. But we're going to go through them. I got to save these little holders because I ran out of holders. I ran out of the miniature baggies that they came out of. I like the variety. That chick was dumb as hell. Yeah, she looked a little crazy. Is okay. So anytime you see these poker cards, you're actually, look at this, 7 Deadly Sins. Here's a energy card. Okay. A lot of crazy stuff in these packs. You're going to get some of these in the next baggie, too, it looks like. I'm going to put them together, I think. Put these together, shall we? You got 3 there. We got... got some some My Little Pony there. Okay. Oh, a little gloom there. She's having some apple cider, naturally. Okay. And let's put these in here. I feel bad for the lady, though. Postpartum is real. Here we are. Yeah, well, people are talking about it. They're fighting over it. They're discussing it. Here we are. Here's this. Let's see. Okay. Here's some One Pieces. Playboy. Whoa. Some ladies. Some Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. There it goes. What is this? Ow. Got a little scratch back here. Where are the booby cards at, says Kendo. Kendo, we miss you, Kendo. I got a lot of your stuff. Some of your stuff expired, I think, but I'm not taking it. But we got booby cards. We got Brown Dust. That's a booby card set for sure. Brown Dust. We've got Azure Lane English, Volume 2. That's a booby card set. I was just thinking about you today, actually, believe it or not. Well, my supplier reached out. He contacted me and told me he's got a brand new case of HoloLive. Let me tell you what it is, because I think it's just now releasing. And I wasn't sure whether to buy it, because I'm like, well, who's going to buy it if I buy it? It's Weiss Schwarz. Wait, is it? No. This is not Weiss Schwarz. This is official HoloLive card game. And it says Summer Hologram. He's got one carton of it for me. I don't know where to buy it because I don't know if I have enough people in here who actually want HoloLive. So it's tricky. Shamil Gamzatov. Wow, look at you. You're all into the UFC cards now. Here's an English Moltres. Adam Ackler. Bulma. Son Goku. Beerus. Okay, some more holos. I'm hella poor. Don't have multiple kids, people. Okay. Put this back over here. Sorry to hear that, Kendo. Well, Kendo, we're happy to have you hang out and just say hi today. Look, see this bag marks junk? That's where some of this stuff came from. It was marked junk because I knew it was stuff that I just wanted to put into the little junk bags. Ever since we started selling these, I grab a chunk of stuff that I don't want to work on, mark it junk, and then I just give it away, basically. Pop it in these little holders and say goodbye to it. But this is going to say Tina. Here you go, Tina. So that's yours now. All right. What's the set called? It's called Summer Hologram. There we go. Oh, these are really good. These are, these got to be expensive because the booster packs they come out of used to be cheap and now they're crazy expensive. What is this called? It's called Dragon Ball something. Dragon Ball. Where are my Dragon Balls at? Star Wars Weiss, Riftbound, One Piece. What is the name of this set? Disney Dragon Ball. Manga. It's called Dragon Ball Manga Booster. And those are the English ones. So I put those in there, but I think they're actually really expensive. These are also English Chainsaw Man cards. That's pretty good. So you're just getting a chunk of some pretty nice cards. Maybe you didn't intend to buy them, but there you go. Here's some of those Pokemon stickers. This is Freerin. All right, you got Freerin. The Summer Hologram features the VTubers in swimwear. I feel you, Kendo. Got to do what you got to do, man. Android, Vegeta, Solar Flare. Some of these. Some of those. Wow, you got a lot of these Chainsaw Mans. Okay, some more of these. Here's a Baby Bowser. Here's some more Pokemons. Here's some more Freerin. So these are pretty dang full. Here's. Okay, we got some cinema rolls. Like I said, I'm kind of running out of cards. Here it is. Brandon Boston. Okay. Here's this. That's a nice reverse Moltres. Yeah, it's a cute, cool card. Royal Straight. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Computer Search. Okay. Tons of One Piece. Pokemon. I think we're done with bag number 2 here. Go, Miss Tina. Tina Papachina. Hold these over to be turned into more junk packs. It's an extra booster set, and TGE artwork is pretty. I know. But all my HoloLive buyers kind of dried up. They disappeared. So I'll probably not touch it this time. Ooh, you got some The Simpsons. Okay, got some booty cards. Oops, some Holo Yu-Gi-Ohs. Oh, you got this pack. We were showing this off at the beginning, weren't we? All right. This is like box fresh. I remember it. I just didn't want to grade them. Here we are. I just didn't feel like I set them all into the junk box. 2 of these, 2 of these. There you go. Good. Yeah, so eventually we will actually run out of junk packs. I know we will because, look at that. I know we will because I was going through them and I am kind of just running out of them. Like the cards that supply the junk packs. All right. Dang, look at that cleavage, man. What the fuck? Here's some more Playboys. Sorry if you don't like Playboy. Here's some more Dragon Balls. Dragon D's balls. I got a lot of One Piece hollows. See, look, that's a nice Hello Kitty card right there. All right. Here's another bag. Let's see. Where are my free ones? Hello, Irving. Mister, you got to get more abandoned bags. Yeah, you know, I don't have as many of those these days either. I think people are better at shipping their stuff out. There was a time period where we were just cleaning up abandoned bags left and right. People were just abandoning everything. And that's definitely slowed down over time. There we go. Okay, I wish I could splurge, but gotta hold off with all these hurricanes hitting Hawaii now. I'm sorry, man. Look at that fusion training. You do whatever you gotta do, man. You don't worry about cards. Cards aren't going anywhere. All right, we got Gyarados. This girl getting eaten. All right. I usually skip this part. Here's... Oops. We've sold like $130 of junk packs in like 2 days, which it's sort of significant, I guess. I mean, in theory, I could have sold all these cards much slower and maybe gotten more money out of them, but I just want them to go. I kind of just want to let them go and say goodbye to them. Oops, what we got here? Yu-Gi-Ohs. We got a couple more Hello Kitties. Here, this is pretty cool, actually. I could have probably graded all these. This is, yeah, look at this. Lumpy Space Princess. That's Adventure Time. That's actually pretty legit. I've graded that stuff before. Okay, same here. Look, this is, we actually had someone buying some of these today. This is Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay, Sonic's pretty good. Comes out of a booster pack that costs $27, by the way. So, yeah, it's pricey. Okay. Some more of these, some hollows, Pokemon, Sonic, Green Hill Zone. Okay. I splurged today. I spent $18,000. Okay. You can see there is a bit of a pattern to it, and that's because they're all built at the same time. Look at that handsome young man. They're all built at the same time, and so, you know, I don't really build them expecting anyone to buy 20 of them. If I knew that was how it was always going to work, I wish I could have like 100 of these pre-built, 100 booster packs, and then build them like with different styles each time, and then sort of like 25% of 4 different styles go into the box that we currently have that's full of packs, so that you get like more of a strange variety. I don't even know how exactly that would work either, though, because we'd have to come up with something to fill the packs with. It is. All right, what we got here? Mister, you're supposed to be saving. I am saving. Now, I spent all that money because we're going to host a box break. So that's what's going on. It's going to be a really good box break on a box that I felt was pretty underpriced, actually, after doing a quick analysis. All right. Yeah, I felt it was underpriced. You are. Lovely. So, and it's not for keeping, it's for resale. And we're not going to move tomorrow. You know, the first thing we're going to do is start building a money ball. And then we're going to get moved into a rental unit and get rid of all of our old property in Missouri. No more Missouri property. No more Missouri. It's hard to do that, you know. It takes guts because you got to, like, give up your home a little bit. You're giving up your home. You're saying, this isn't a home anymore. I don't belong here. I'm out of here. You got to go transplant yourself somewhere. Yeah. So much easier to just say, I'm home. This is where I live. Have some kind of, like, pride for where you're living, you know. So much easier to stay that way, but it is. Here we are. I'm a risk taker. I like my risks. Grabbing this. Okay. Good. And this shall be for Miss Tina. That was 20 packs. It turned into 4 bags of stuff. Wow. Now you have to ask yourself if you can earn back $70 with that, with what you pulled. Which, if you think you can, then you did good. All right, Tina, you got so much. all this is yours. And I'm thinking you need a double ETB now. That, or we turn this into a double TIH or TI spot. Let's see, we could do that too. So this is a TH box, right? Tai Hu is in here, The Legend of Dead, Theodore Labby. All right, so what we could do actually is we could put this here like that, and then you can actually still have this box, and we can just set a second box up. Might make more sense to do that for now. So Tina loves them. Music to my eyes. That sounds like something like the guy from The Office would say. So we have this box right here. And I'll say TI on it. Like that. Okay. That takes a while to process too. It takes a while to build them, and it takes a while to service them. Pretty interesting. But you know what? All that stuff's leaving my house. So in a way, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. All right. You might get delayed based on the recent big news. You never know. Okay, who's next? Who waited the longest? Who's got the oldest order? It is. Looks like it's Javier Arroyo. He says, 2 Crimsons, 1 Magic, 1 Live Custom. All right, 1 Live Custom. Good luck in there. 3 and a 1. That Snivy looks like he wants to go in. 1 cold 1. Sowie. How much we got back here? We got a decent amount back there. We got to put something up in there. We'll put this Snivy up in there. What do you think? Snivy's kind of... He's a cutie. Snivy's a cutie for sure. We're going to say... Ace Snivy. P10. Now, if you pulled the Snivy here, Javier, the reroll would be 150. We kind of have it that way to be slightly leaning toward making the rerolls harsher. We do it that way because we don't want people to reroll all the time. So the break point is the 200 point. If you're at 200 or above it, that gets the $50 reroll. If you're below 200, that gets the $25 reroll. We do it the same way with the Poke Shuffles. There it is. We're kind of hoping people will keep some of these. Here it is. Here we are. That all started because we started getting those huge reroll sessions that would last like 30 minutes. And it's like, there is sort of a cost to that. The longer it takes to re-roll something, the fewer orders people will place because they will never get to their turn. Ah, so this wasn't full. All right, there we go. Did you buy today? I just got here. Hey, what's up, man? Are you asking me if I bought something today? There we go. Now, 2 Crimson Invasion, 1 Magic Marvel, 1 Live Custom. We're going to get you the Magic Marvel. Ugh. And we're going to grab you the 2 Crimsons. Good luck, man. Da-da-da. All right. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Chad was saying you bought something. I bought a vintage box that we're going to host a break on in the future. Like, not like in a long time, but like as soon as it arrives, I'll probably set it up. Here we are. Okay. I thought it was a cool one. And I also liked the seller. Here's Xerneas. Wow, that looks amazing, dude. Look at that Xerneas, everybody. Holy. That looks so cool. Hey, little Staravia. Come on, Pikachu in here. Any Pikachus in here? No Pikachu? All right. Pack number 2. Feebas, Salandit, Corphish, Go-Goat. Okay, you got a Go-Goat. Man. He looks just like the Fire Goat in Pal World. They look the same. Oh my god, dude. Grabbing. Well, you got all these, huh? Crazy. How many spots left in the Lego break? That's right. We're doing Lego Badges box break. It's a 1 in 9 this time. It is 1 spot filled so far. So 8 spots remain. Plenty of time. There you go. Now let's check out these Magic the Gathering, Marvel Heroes, Hulk Smash. Whoa! Calm down, Hulk. Frozen in Ice, D-Power, Dark Deed, Iron Man, Mjolnir's Night. How do you say it? Mjolnir? Romantic Rendezvous. Oh, wow, dude. Void Helix, Madam Hydra, Island, Jeffrey Island. Here's Namor, Scourge of the Seas, Heroic Return, Worlds Within Worlds, Path to Exile. That's cool. And the Kingpin of Crime. All right, you got Kingpin, huh? All right. So there's that. Here's Path to Exile. He looks like he'd been bad. Madam Hydra. Good. Welcome, guys, to the late night stream. It is Thursday night, Friday morning, and we're ready for the weekend. Oh, yeah. Here we go. We're on the hunt for some really good cards. One of the biggest things being hunted on the channel right now is that reverse holo Pikachu from Crimson. I think that item has arrived in my vault. The one that I purchased in auction, and I was only purchasing it because I recognized it as the Crimson Invasion artwork. I'll be honest, I might relist that item right away and just hope that it sells for more than I bought it for. So we'll give it the potential to be a flip, because we're in flip dip mode. There we go. Placing that in there. He asked how many spots are in that Lego break. Check this out, everybody. We got this fantastic Lego break. The Lego badges. You ever thought of owning this? It's pretty sexy looking. It's a $25 buy-in to get into the break. Of course, you can just go online and buy one of these, by the way. I just want to mention that to everybody. But if you want a $25 chance to pull one out of a booster pack, I got 9 custom booster packs with the Lego box in it. So it's just a fun way to obtain it in an RNG booster pack. Let's go grab it. It's called Lego. Here it is. Kanto Badges Lego. 1 in 9, $25. There you have it. Go crazy if you want. Sad to see that you're leaving Missouri as a Missourian, but I understand. Hope you love your new home. Yeah, I mean, I'm sad too, Mr. BR. If Missouri had passed the no tax amendment, I would have just stayed. I would have stayed. And I would have used this channel and my influence to just keep telling people, hey, this place is awesome. This place is awesome. You know how many videos and pictures I posted of like Lake of the Ozarks, talking it up. And now, you know, I got to leave, so I can't be in love with it anymore. I have to let go and say, oh, yeah, that place was crap. Because, you know, you can't be too nostalgic of a place that you're trying to escape, right? So it really sucks. But, you know, it's a bad business choice to stay in Missouri. So people feel afraid of being no tax, you know, like, hey, I'm scared of that. I'm scared of not taxing the wealthy. How does Tennessee do it? How does Florida do it? How does Nevada do it? How does Texas do it? How does New Hampshire do it? How does Washington State? That's a very liberal state. How do they do it? How does Wyoming do it? How does South Dakota do it? There's so many places doing it, and we had a chance to be one of those states, and people said no. So sad. All right. You've heard my spiel on it probably, but yeah, it's really disappointing. I was already prepared to leave Missouri like over a year ago. We were saving up to leave, and it got stopped because they announced that we were preparing to become a no-tax state. Irving Morales is next. He says, ReZero Volume 4, 2 packs. I have a bag. All right, you got it. ReZero. You'll be pleased to know that you don't have too much competition with ReZero, so it's all you, man. Here it is. Agreed, they have no clue what they gave up. Thanks, Kat. Mister is bunking with me over by the Bay Area. Car week just passed. You know, I think if I can get like a house in Vegas, I should be able to just visit California pretty easily and still have the low tax base home in Vegas. So I think my goal is to set up a house, no hurricanes, no tornadoes, no earthquakes, no forest fires, none of those risks, right? And then set up a heavy-duty security room, really heavy-duty, with a lot of alarms and tricks to it, right? And then after we got that set up, I might take weekends off sometimes and fly out to California, or maybe one day if they build that train between Las Vegas and California, maybe take a train. But so I'll take some time off, and, you know, I'll get the tax benefits of Vegas, but I'll still be able to visit some of your nice national parks and shopping areas and the beach. Here we are. I'll genuinely miss the lake and Lake of the Ozarks. I will. It's a cool place. It's very good maybe for people who are like, they don't care about paying taxes very much. It's very bad if you're a business. There's no reason to be here. There's no incentive when there's so many places to set up the same exact business. Here's Mr. Irving with an I. And you have to think, you know, Mr. BXR, you have to think, how many other people just like me that don't have a loud mouth and don't have a YouTube channel just made the exact same choice to leave? Because they're doing the math going, oh yeah, I'm paying for the privilege to live in a state with less stuff to do in it. I'm paying a 5% service fee to live here, and I could just be over there and have more stuff and pay less taxes. So I think that that was a horrible mistake by Missouri. Strongly disagree with it. And I think the fear got everybody. Everyone was scared of it. New bag? I has a bag, says Mr. Irving. I didn't see it. Let me check again. So I think everyone got hit with the fear. Oh, how will we fill, you know, the budget deficit if we don't have people like TheCardconomist to tax? Well, now you're not going to have me to tax at all. I'm not going to pay food tax. I'm not going to pay, you know, any kind of sales tax on anything, whether I buy a vehicle or another house or anything. You're not going to tax me at all. I'm out of here. So you're going to get exactly zero tax on me. Here we are. And then Nevada's just going to treat me better. Here we are. Or Tennessee or Texas or Florida or any of those places. So, and I think that's what you see across America, and a lot of people, you got to appreciate it, that that's what's going on. The phenomenal growth in Nevada that's happened recently, and the growth in Tennessee, and the growth in Texas and Florida that's been happening for a while, that wasn't an accident. There were financial incentives for that. You know, that's how it really works. Javier says, I'm like 4 hours away from Vegas. Hey, you know, maybe if they got a big card show, maybe I can meet you guys there. Who knows? Maybe I'll even be vending up there one day. Here we are. Here's, ooh, a black label. Very nice. Magdazone, Bulbasaur, and Pikachu. I want to live in a pro-growth state, a state that wants to grow, wants to build, wants to invest, wants to attract people, because I want to be where the stuff happens. I don't want to be like in West Virginia where the decline is happening. You know, sorry if you're in West Virginia. But what I'm trying to say is that happens to states. They decline over time. They lose their people. They get net losses. And Missouri has some really nice things. It's got the Ozark Mountains, I guess they call them mountains. They're like really big hills. They got the Lake of the Ozark, really beautiful. They got Branson. You know, I really like the Silver Dollar City out there. It's very nice. It's legitimately nice, guys. Silver Dollar City gets an A+ from me, by the way. It's legitimately nice. But then they got like this stupidity over the taxes. And it's like, well, I got to go. Because you can build all those things somewhere else. Here we are. All right, Crimson, one live, one Tyranitar. It does make me sad. I lived here like my whole life. It's like leaving your home. And I have to mentally reject it that way. Say that wasn't your home. That was the place you were trapped and you're escaping it now. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Come to Bakersfield. I'm from Sylmar, California. Is there a new Topps break? I missed the daytime stream. Yes, sir. So that one went off pretty fast. And we have a fresh round of it. Here it is. We also have this super cool Harry Potter pack break. It's a gym break. 1 and 2, $32. What is so special about this pack? It is the most expensive Harry Potter pack you can buy because this is the base set pack. It's got a great artwork on it from year one, the Sorting Hat. And, you know, I posted about this on Instagram, and a guy commented on the post. He said, all my Harry Potter products selling super fast. So, you know, it's 32, 1 and 2 today, which you can buy. You can just go buy a pack for 64 if you wish. How much will it cost tomorrow? You know, how much will it cost in a year? How much will it cost when the Harry Potter TV show comes out and people are more interested in that brand again? So we got it at the right time before the show explodes the price. All right, so Crimson, Tyranitar Sublist, and Live Custom. We're almost done putting this together. Team Rocket Grunt, 1 Live Custom. All right, you ready? Come to Bakersfield. I've seen a lot of California. I like it. It's very pretty. Taxes are just really high, so it just cannot be considered for a fully, you know, for somebody who's full remote. I got to consider the no tax state to optimize. Here we go, one of these. Gonna have to optimize, and I'll figure out a lifestyle once I'm in a no tax state. Pan Sage, we were looking at lake houses in Tennessee to kind of tempt ourselves away from Las Vegas. We're also looking at mountain homes in Reno. So we were looking at both those things today to see if we can tempt ourselves away from it. But, you know, it's still Las Vegas right now. I'm still leaning pretty heavily toward Las Vegas. All right, you got the Pan Sage. That's a nice little bonus pull. That's an AR in English. Damn. All right, let's see. We got that full remote advantage. Let's move exactly to where these Pokemon cards will stretch the furthest, you know? We got maybe 1 million or 2 in Pokemon cards to drag over a border. So you drag it over a border with no taxes and think of all the money you just made. You just made money for having these that you can pull with you. You cross that border, and now all your property is worth X amount more. If you're in California, you could do that. Your cards are worth almost 13% more in Nevada. If you're in Missouri, they're worth 5% more. Here we are. You cross that border with your Pokemon cards, they're worth 5% more. Isn't that wild to think about? It's a big deal. It's not a big deal for some people, but for someone like me, that's maybe the biggest deal. You know what I mean? I got cards that are going to cost more than the home. It's a very big deal. Here's a Rongaroo. All right. Very good. There's been card shows legit like every other week. You're talking about in Nevada? Yeah, I wonder what that's like. And I wonder if I could become partners with somebody who wants to work with me on something like that. But I don't know. I think in order to run a card show and this table, I'd have to either quit streaming over here and do the card shows, or I would have to hire a guy to either cover this stream or cover the card shows. And then I'd have to have basically double inventory when it comes to like slabs and stuff like that. And it becomes very tricky because is the guy I hired, is he good at trading? I don't know. I'm sure somebody could eat you alive if they're really good at, understanding price changes, price velocity, like the card ladder and all that stuff. And you weren't as good at it, they could eat you alive at those card shows, a very intelligent trader. So it's kind of competitive. All right, so Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, we do have a bag for you right over here. Hello. Have you considered the tax write-offs as a business owner in California? No, people always say tax write-offs, but ultimately the tax write-off is just you not making money. That's all it is. So like, for example, if you lose a big chunk of money to taxes, I don't think you can write off your tax losses as a write-off because, yeah, I don't know how that makes any sense. It sounds redundant. It sounds like a redundancy. But whatever the case is, you make money and the government takes a huge chunk of it, well, then you're just not as wealthy. That's all it comes down to. Every year, the government's going to take a chunk of my money and Karis's money. She earns too. We're both workers, right? And then that means less Pokemon cards, less real estate, less stocks, less emergency money. What if something bad happens? What if Karis gets cancer? What if I get cancer? You need money for those things. So that's why Las Vegas exploded. That's why the price on everything shot up over there. The houses are already going up because people kind of did that equation already, and they said, okay, I'll give it a try. And that's true for Tennessee. That's true for Florida. That's true for Texas as well. They did the equation, and they said, whoa, I like this equation. We got no orders in the queue. Let's show off some of the cards that'll cross the border with me into a no-tax state. Let's show them off. We got this cute Charmander, Cigarette Charmander. All my beautiful poker cards. I think I got 2 of these Magikarps. Here we go. We got this Tyranitar. He'll cross the border. This base set Pikachu. He's a little pricey. Mew. Metal Pikachu. There we go. Snorlax. He's pricey as hell, dude. This guy, I think he's like almost 100,000. So I just get to keep 5% of 100K. Same here. I think this guy's like 100,000. So I just get to keep 5% of that. This guy has been proven to sell for 200,000 twice now. So I just get to keep 5% of that. This guy might be 200,000. So I get to keep 5% of that 200,000. Lugia, I got an offer today for 100,000 on Lugia. The cheapest buy now on eBay was 170,000. So in theory, I keep 5% of 100,000 on that one. These are just a couple slabs. This isn't like my main inventory. This isn't my vintage booster boxes. So I got lucky in life. I invested in a very risky investment early, kind of like an early crypto guy. And I was very passionate and crazy about it. I bought in really heavy. Told everyone else too. I helped people get some of these cards too. I helped people acquire them. And so I got in early, and now my cards are really expensive because I happened to invest in a thing that exploded. And now all I got to do is put these in a suitcase, carry them over the border, out of Missouri, a state with taxes, and into a state with the 0 taxes. And all of a sudden, all these cards are worth 5% more. That would be true for you if you had $1 million of cards in California. If you just carry them over to Nevada, you're going to save like, I don't know, like maybe 13%, up to 13% on them. No Hollow Dragonite, that's pretty cool. Look at this Flash Fire Charizard. One of my favorites. This Charizard by himself last sold $296,000. Really shocking. I don't think I've fully processed how lucky I am to be holding this. And this guy, I received another offer from a different guy today for $300,000 on this Mudkip. So people really want the Mudkip. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sell him. He's probably worth more than that. Here, if you get multiple people offering $300,000, there's a pretty good chance he's probably worth like $400,000. Here's Shiny. That's how it's always worked in the card hobby. So if you get multiple guys coming after your Charizard and they're all offering $1,000, it's probably like $1,500. Here we are, because they never come in and offer to pay like the painful amount. They always start out with the, hey, I'd be really lucky if I got this at this price. That's the amount they always start with. Shining Tyranitar, love it. Here's a Metal Charizard. He's a Togetic. So we got a couple cool cards over here. The minute we drag these over that border, I just earned 5% on maybe like $2 million. That's a lot of money, man. Now, that money won't activate until the cards sell, so it's all in theory, but I would have just lost 5% in Missouri. I would have just lost that money. And that's the kind of thinking, the sort of optimization, the sort of, wealth preservation, strategy, competition. You got to think that way a little bit in life if you want to build, if you're not going to inherit any money from mom and dad, I can tell you that I'm not going to inherit a penny from them. So I'm on my own. I'm on my own. I got to figure it out on my own. But check this out for a second. Check this out, if you will. Look at that. 5% of $2 million is $100,000. So, cha-ching, I just get to keep $1 million. I'm sorry, I just get to keep $100,000. Wow. I get to keep $100,000. And let's say you had $2 million of Pokemon cards that you liquidated kind of slowly in California, and you paid maybe an effective tax rate of, I don't know, like 10% or something, right? Well, you would be keeping $200,000. That's a lot of money, dude. That's like a whole extra gold star right there. So it's a significant amount of money that you could place into the stock market and have it paying your stocks. You could pay your home down. You could do all kinds of stuff with that money. You could pay for heart surgery with that. You could pay for whatever it is you got a need for money for. So it matters. And again, that's why you see those states growing tremendously fast. And, it's just going to keep going that way. I don't think it's going to like reverse over a long period of time. Maybe what'll happen, the taxes are so good in these states that the houses start to get crazy expensive. And all of a sudden, the most premium expensive houses are all in the desirable tax states. So you could see that happen over time. I don't know if it will, but there's a chance for it. But I think Hawaii, Washington, D.C., and California are still going to do good just because of the proximity to, Capitol Hill, Hawaiian beaches, and its exclusivity and its privacy, and it's way out there. And then California has just got all the mix of the nice weather and all that, the nice beaches, the developments. So you're going to probably see their taxes stay high, and their properties may rise too. But Missouri, wow, I would be kind of lazy to just stay in Missouri. I'm lazy. I can't be that way, guys. So I got to be tough, and I got to be, you know what I mean? I got to get out of here. I got to stay revved up, or else I'll be too lazy, and I'll be stuck in my own state. Let's see. Mr. can definitely visit. Your profit margin here would be way higher than a card show. Undocumented cards. Undocumented cards. Yeah, that's right. We're crossing the border. How do you protect your cards? Do you put high-value cards in storage lockers? Yes, we use we have a lot of security that we spend a lot of money on over time. Over like 6 years, we started building up pretty serious security methods. And the problem is you can't talk too much about all your security, but I know all of it. Like, I know every single thing you can do for security because we have had so much time to think about it, and we have plenty of money to build it, and it matters a lot to us. So for us, we have pretty advanced security, and I just can't talk a lot about it. But I can say some things that are pretty common. So most people will expect at least these tricks besides hardening the home. You can, cameras on the outside and the inside. Obviously, safes, a safe room, and third-party monitoring. Okay, guys, third-party monitoring is a pretty big one. I can't say everything that we got. It's just you don't want to talk about it. It'd be a stupid thing to do. All right, We got no orders in the queue. It's Thursday night, Friday morning. Why don't I show off the breaks? All right, let's do it. We got the Charmander trade break. You can purchase into this for $5 or trade me $5 of stuff out of your bag. What am I going to do with that stuff? I'm probably going to use it on the junk packs. That's what I'm going to do. Here's the Legos. Ooh, so this is the Lego badge break. We got one guy in it, Mr. NHCC. Kanto badges, $25 buy-in. Here is the sub list for Pikachu. One spot left, $33 to buy into it. One spot left. And then that guy goes up to 13. That's a lot of progress on that, guys. Over here, we've got the Tops break and this Harry Potter gym break. So that's pretty cool. Harry Potter gym break, $32. You can buy one for $64. It's a fresh box, by the way. You can also open those packs, too. Did you know that? So I recommend get one sealed, get one open. You want to leave one sealed for pack grading for the base set Harry Potter. And then over here, we've got Rainbow Tops. It's a really lucky thing that we have Rainbow Tops. Every single time we have Rainbow Tops, we eventually run out of it. We've gone through like 6 packs already. There's only 36 packs in the box. So, you know, the box is already flying pretty much for a vintage box. Yeah, it's flying. And they're more expensive than they've ever been. Look, see that? Chunk of the box already missing. And so these will be around for like a month, and then you'll be out of time. They'll be gone. And the next box might not be as good. This box has been a good one. So, you know, enjoy them while you can. Let's see. And then they just go up higher later. The One Piece break, 5 out of 15, $25 buy-in. We don't have enough One Piece guys on here. Here's Pikachu, 41 and 11. Classic Collection Pikachu is fantastic. We got Nicholas Pacheco in there. He hasn't moved much. Okay, but he's got so much competition. There's so many other good things going on right now. There's a lot of things. So, man, it's hard to choose between all these breaks, huh? There's just so much here. You've got, what do they call that? Choice indecision or something? Choice overload? There's like a term in business for it. Here's Mega Tyranitar is up to 7 out of 12. He is almost out at 8 out of 12. The sub list keeps moving. Here it is with 5 spots remaining on the next sub list. This is the Mark $50 giveaway. So we're giving away $50. Who's got the crown? Anybody got the crown? No? All right, the crowns aren't working right now, I think. No crowns tonight. Smash that like button for me, guys. We'll have to find another way to give it away. I think we'll use the Discord server. So we're giving away all types of different ways. Right now, we'll use the Discord server to give it away. So you have to be in there. I'll give you a chance to jump in there before we start it, okay? So jump in there, and then I'm going to announce when the Discord giveaway channel is ready to be used for this giveaway. It's really easy. You just guess a number between 1 and 20. That's all you do. But you got to be in that channel, okay? All right, now. Cost has the crown. Baby Jesus got the crown. Oh, there's a crown. How about crown number 2? I'm sorry, how about crown number 1? Who's got crown number 1? Let's see. Other things we got to do tonight. Make a new jumbo pack break. Maybe pick a new vintage pack for a pack split. We have to rotate slabs. We haven't rotated for like 2 streams. We've been too busy. These streams have been busy as hell, man. The last like 2 days I've been swamped, man. You guys have been gobbling up these cards. One of the most popular cards being eaten right now, Crimson Invasion. Look at that. The first row is almost gone. People are hunting the reverse holographic Pikachu. I bought the holographic version of the Pikachu, the McDonald's version, for $11,000. I wonder if that's here, actually. I haven't been buying cards of that nature for a while, but I felt inclined to buy this one. Let me go over here. I think it's almost in the vault. Let's see. Boy, it sure takes a while for things to queue up. So, 2 vault. I'm going to show you guys some of my 2 vault items. You ready? So here, okay, here it is. No, the Pikachu's not there yet, according to this. So Pikachu hasn't been checked in. But what we have is a War Turtle reverse from Expedition. That's interesting. Sun and Moon Hidden Fate Zapdos. This is a PSA 5 version of the McDonald's Pikachu. And then here's a Phantom Forces Gyarados. Look at this. I'm surprised they got this one in so fast. Gold Star Gyarados, PSA 6. Look at the certification on it, 1/6. So that's a very recent certification. Yeah, looks pretty clean if you ask me. Look at that, it looks really clean. So I'll be excited to hold on to that one over time and see what happens to it. I'm just going to not sell it. I like the Gold Star Gyarados. He's been a favorite card of mine. I just like Gyarados. That's it. I like Gyarados. I like Tyranitar. And when you look at, so that was one that's going to the vault, right? And when you look at one that I already have in the vault, all right, so check it out. I got 3 more. Watch. PSA 7, PSA 4, PSA 6, right? So I got all those. And then I got the PSA 6 one. We just purchased it. And, of course, we already have one over here. It's the PSA 1 Gyarados that we were thinking about doing a break on, right? So that's a nice 5 Gold Star Gyarados plus the PSA 10 one. So, I like Gold Star Gyarados. He's very pretty. I like the red color on the slab, by the way. All right. Weird, the XP is still glitched. Crowns are not working. What? Cat has it? Cat's got the crown? Oh, Cat, we're just going to have to, I don't know, add you to the list. If you guys want to beat Cat, I bet you have to do things like hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and talk. So I would bet you that's what's required. All right. I think I've heard that Super Chats work too, so if you have a saved Super Chat, you can use it. Okay, we're going to keep handing it out based on who has the crown tonight. I like using the crown. It's kind of fun. It forces people to try and learn the crown mechanics. All right. What do we got going on? We got no orders in the queue again. I just checked. So I believe what we shall do is start assembling a jumbo pack. Jumbo pack time, guys. So our new Storm Emeralda price, $7 per pack. That has come down. $7 per pack on that. I want to put together a jumbo pack based off of popular stuff and new stuff. Okay, so we got one of these. Let's get one of these Power Rangers in there. That's new, right? Power Rangers is new. We should also grab one from over here. Oh, look at that. The last pack of Night Wanderer. There it is. The bag is empty. That is the actual last pack. And then it says here, we got this guy. So we're going to put this guy over here. So those are part of I removed them from the menu, but there's still a couple of wandering packs left, straggling, I should say. And so what we do is we just add a couple, in each jumbo pack, and eventually it's completely gone. So we got these 3 guys. I think those are pretty cool. Should I add a Power World? I'm scared because Power World's kind of expensive, and I feel like not everyone collects Power World, so I feel like Power World should be no. Let me look at the website so we can see what was the latest added. The Hobbit, that'd be a big one. Let's see, Final Fantasy, Topps Rainbow, we can't do that one. That one's too big. Animal Crossing, we could do that one. I'm probably going to leave it alone. Riftbound Vendetta, that's a good one. So here's Riftbound. Okay. And then, let's see, Interspecies Reviewer was added to the menu recently as well. It's kind of a funny one. Here it is. Okay, Interspecies Reviewer. That was an $8 pack. Attack of the Vine. I think I hear Care stomping around. All right. Let's see, PokeBruhs. Huh, what if we added a PokeBruh? That's an interesting idea. I'm going to have one PokeBruh. Okay, I'm going to grab a random one. Okay. One PokeBruh going in. And then Chinese Terra Festival, huh? Chinese Terra Festival. Where am I hiding that? This it? So this gives you a chance at the exclusive Sylveon. English One Piece OP16. This is pretty cheap. OP16 is cheap. And then Dust Brown. Now, Dust Brown, that's not cheap. That's expensive, actually. Do I have one? I'm going to leave Dust Brown out. It's expensive. And let's see. Okay, so what else would I add from this point on? I can just add whatever I feel like into here. I'd like to add one of those Final Fantasy packs that are currently on sale. Ooh, let's add this. See this? This is Crystal Abyss. I don't even think it's in the menu. So yeah, a special Final Fantasy pack here. Let's see, maybe something back here. Let's add a, how about a Heat Wave? Heat Wave's always good. What's this? G.I. Joe. I'll leave G.I. Joe out this time. Let's get one of these Lost Abysses. All right, let's add this up together. So jumbo packs. They're a big group of packs. We could make it a $200 jumbo pack. You think that's too crazy, or do you guys like it 1 in 4? Because 1 in 5 starts to get a little crazy, right? Hello, I'm just looking. Remember, guys, you can trade in the hollows for a chance to get a cute little Charmander. Yeah, she's talking about the trade break. It doesn't just have to be hollows. It could be anything in your bag you want to trade, anything at all. It could even be like hit cards, and you could get multiple spots in there if you want to do that. All right, here we go. So Lost Abyss, I can't remember the price on it. Here's, ah man, I better pull up the menu. I can't remember the price of this either. Heat Wave Arena. So Heat Wave is 7. I did 8 for Lost Abyss. I don't know if that's accurate. Crystal Abyss, this should be pricey. I'm gonna make it 7, okay? This was 13. No, that was 16. All right, this is Chinese Terastal Festival, 16. Okay, now this is a PokeBruhs, 25. Lorcana. Lorcana was kind of pricey, was it not? Which is maybe why it's not selling faster, but it's just how it is, you know? It's just kind of like, okay, it's only 12. It's not that crazy. The boxes these come out of are really small. All right, and then I'm going to do 8 for this. Riftbound, also 8. We'll do 5 for this Weiss pack, 5 for Night Wanderer. This is 12. This is, this should be like 6. Yeah, 6. And this guy's 7 now. He's 7 now. So we're at $142. $142. Now we get to add a little bit more. Perfect. Let's get 1 Ascended Heroes. That's $20. All right, Ascended Heroes is going in. So we're at $162, everybody. That's the new Jumbo Pack Break. Now I just need the baggie. There it is. So we got a Jumbo Pack Break running. You guys can join this anytime you want. That's cool. Okay, that Dr. Doom Jumbo card is numbered. Did you catch that? I did not. All I caught was that I was surprised to notice that it had a golden border. I said, a golden border? That's got to be good because, you know, I know when it comes to those Topps Chrome cards, a gold card is a high number. So what was it, like 1 in 50? Or was it like 1 in 25? Had to be a high number because gold is usually associated with the good numbering. All right, let's see what's going on with you guys. Any orders in the queue? If you haven't done it yet, smack that like button. Smack that like button like it's your sister. Okay, here's Nathan Norman. He says 1 spot in the Tyranitar sublist, 1 spot in the Gengar Pikachu sublist, and 1 live custom. That's Nathan Norman. It's your turn first. All right, you're going first. Here goes. Welcome back, Nathan. All right, 4 spots remain. Good. I think it was out of 50, numbered on the bottom middle. Ooh, cool, man. Yeah, cool stuff. I love showing off stuff that you maybe never seen before. It's really fun. 1 spot in the Gengar Pikachu. That's the end of the Gengar Pikachu sublist. Nathan Norman's got it. Happy Friday morning, guys. How you guys doing on this fine Friday morning? Who's here, by the way? We got 33 people here. Nathan Norman. All right, Norman. All right. Well, we were busier in the daytime stream, huh? Set that there. Let's grab some packs. We got the duck. We got, give me a second here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So Gengar Pikachu moves by 1. And let's go grab some cards, some cards. Ready? We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, spoiler, Dr. Doom about to kill everyone and reincarnate them. Yeah? Is that what he did in the comics? Is that why you say that? You can't tell us these things, Kayla. Kayla, I'm scared. Let's move this over here. All right. He has postpartum depression. Oh, no. All right, I'm going to stop. That's enough. Give me a number. Who's going to give me a number? So Pikachu has reached spot number 13 now, guys. It's a miracle. Remember, you guys can buy directly into the Pikachu for $128. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's probably better than just risking it on this. Resendez says 1. All right, 1. Set that there. Thank you, Mr. Oscar. And here goes. Elijah. Oh, my God. Spot number 1 wins all the time on this. Elijah Martinez. Zam, dude. Elijah Martinez on 1, TRG on 2, Chentzeg Vong, and Nathan Norman. All right. Spot number 1 has been getting lucky a lot. I don't know about that. I think it's wigged. Just grabbing this. I think there's some kind of voodoo magic going on. But, you know, the funny part is the moment you fill in spot number 1, it's going to go, you know, to spot number 2, 3, or 4. That's how it works in this world. Now, let's see. Yeah, the last round it did not pull on spot number 1, but yeah, it's been getting spot number 1 a lot, notably. How deep are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're at 13 spots deep. Just like the numbers say. The numbers don't lie. Good. 13. Wow. Pikachu at 13. That is one of the most popular breaks. I'd be scared once it gets past the halfway point because it's going to start hauling ass probably. All right. Now, my guess, it starts moving like crazy. Yeah. Let's go say sublist. Sublist. Somewhere over the sublist. We got 4 of these. Wahoo. Tossing this in here. Boop. Good. All right. I'm finna pop this Darkness Ablaze pack into the jumbo pack. You guys want a bonus pack? Look at this jumbo. So this is going in. Boom. This one's extra hot. It just went up by another $6. So this one's $168. So if you're a little greedy, this one's extra good. That's extra good. Bonus pack in there. All right. That's been laying around, that Darkness Ablaze pack, so it's driving me nuts, and I wanted to get rid of it. Nathan Norman, sorry about missing the sub list. You also ordered a live custom. You got it, man. Okay. All right. A 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Oh. Whoa, one cold one. We've had a couple cold ones come out of here. I think it's time to add another card to the box. All right, so let's see what we got. Charizard back there. Vileplumes. I don't think anybody wants the Vileplume, but we can put it in there. Gift Pikachu, he's nice. Do we have a Gift Pikachu in there already? We might already have one. Looking for a card to add. Peach is pretty cute. I don't know. Tentacool is pretty cheap. Tentacool's going in. I'm actually going to lower Tentacool ahead of time, so let's make him even cheaper. Held the crow for a week on end, and now we're doing prizes. What do you mean held the crow? What does that mean? There you go. Oh, you held the crown for weeks. That's what you're saying. Held the crown. I thought you were saying, like, that you're the crow and that you're super cool or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull out that crown, Riz, bro. Strike up a conversation with me. I bet you if you get into a long conversation with me, that's going to help. All right, so let's say Tentacool. Here goes. We're going to say 2 Diamond Tentacool P10. Pretty good. Still 3 spots left he's going to give away tonight. Yeah, we got 3 spots left, everybody. All right, there we go. You can earn a spot for free if you bring your stepsis into the stream. There it is. If you guys have been enjoying the stream, I hope you'll tell a friend about it, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love it if I got a word of mouth, what do they call that? Recommendation. Yeah, your recommendations matter a whole lot sometimes. For example, did you know Sarah Dusenberry? She didn't naturally run into the stream. Sarah Dusenberry was introduced to the stream by somebody who was already in here. She was introduced by a friend to the stream. So sometimes your recommendations matter a lot. All right. We got some cool stuff in here, man. Well, I'm tired of this playmat being like this. I'm about to glue this to the table in a second here. I'm gonna use a stapler to it. It's so annoying. Wish it wasn't like that. Or maybe I could just trim that part off. I don't know. I'm going to trim that part off because I can't take that. Hold on. All right. So you guys chill there. I can't take this anymore. I can't take it anymore. It just sticks up all the time. There we go. All right. That'll do it. All right. Pokemon. Gotta trim my table. Mr. Nathan, thank you so much for the big order tonight. One cold live custom, man. Let's see who's next, because we got another order up here. I'm going to delete this. Magician, your friends are here. Take easy, bro. Don't let the crown go to your head. All right, so here's Javier Arroyo. He says, one Crimson Invasion, one live. Oh, me, oh my. We got a live costume. Funny, we haven't pulled any star spots out of the live custom in a while. We used to pull those by accident like over and over again, and now we haven't pulled it in a while. Are you ready? One cold one. Ouch. All right, that's another cold one going in. Sorry, man. Well, how about that Crimson Invasion? You guys are going to force me to take on another box of Crimson, man, because we're like halfway done with this box, and I'm loving this product. I'm loving the potential for that Pikachu. Why not change it out? Don't you have a bunch of them? No, I don't, actually. I've like one more. Here's Cubone. Here's Weedle. Here's Minccino. Oh, what do we got? Ghastly. Low and Geodude. Oh, it's such a tease. And Kartana. Okay, picking up the bonus GX Kartana. Okay. Still a chance to pull Rainbow or normal full art Gyarados out of here, I suppose, huh? Yeah, Gyarados is a good pull. Pillow Swine. I love how cheap these are. You guys have to appreciate, this is Sun and Moon, and it's from 2017. These are super old booster packs, and they've just been flying under the radar, and now our team's attacking them, so we're doing a great thing right now. All right, Javier. I'm telling you, Crimson box prices have jumped up since opening on this stream. Oh, yeah, they've jumped. But only by like $100 so far. It's not that bad. Miss Kayla, trade break spot for Whittle Fire Lizard. All right, you got it. Yes, you can do that. You can just buy a spot in here. He's a cute one. Oh, I should have trimmed that table so long ago. You know how much that thing was annoying me? That little bit of, you know, that curled up lip on the table? Man, that was driving me nuts the whole time. Yeah, I feel like I just trimmed a wart off the table. All right, very good. I likely speak to you guys more than most people in real life. Really? Tell us something secret about yourself. I want to know about all your secrets. Andrew Martin. I want to know everyone's secrets. Tyranitar sublist and 50 to slab away. Mr. Andrew. Oh, it's getting close. That's the Tyranitar sublist right here, guys. 3 spots remain. It's pretty scary. I sometimes wonder if people are ever tempted to just save up and buy a spot in the Shining Tyranitar, because then you don't have to take a chance on the sublist, you know? What would you, if you had a choice, what would you rather have? 10 chances, $400, 10 chances on the sublist, or just a secure spot, like a guaranteed spot? I guess if you're somebody who is hoping for luck, you would take the 10 chances, wouldn't you? Just because you're aiming for that luck. Here's 7. Wow, man. This is so much money. 400, 800, 1.2, 1.6, 2.2. Well, no, 1.6 plus 400 is 2. 2.4, 2.8. There we go, 2.8. Wow. Crazy. That's a lot of money. He's climbing. We all talk pretty much every day about our hobbies. My C5 vertebrae is fused to the C6. Shh, that's my secret. That's not even a secret. $50 to slab away. You got it, Andrew. I got to know somebody's trauma or something embarrassing. Now, that's a secret. It is. I've been cheating on my wife with a man. That would be good. Let's see. That's going to be 340. Boom. All right. Okay, that's good. Very good. I have sex with the I have sex with my client for coupons at Longhorn Steakhouse. No one can see it, and it's embarrassing because I dove into a pool. Ooh, you dove into a pool, so you like bumped your head and crushed your back. Oh, that sucks, dude. That sucks. All right, so Mr. Andrew, you got $90. That's pretty close. I'm gonna toss you in here, okay? All right. I want to hear some secrets. That's what I'm saying. Secrets. Something that you guys would not normally share with other people, but you're going to share with me. All right, there it is. Compression fracture. Dang, dude, that sucks, man. Ooh, so that's 6. You know, I had some really, 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 really bad back problems for a few years, and I feel like you don't hear about them as often anymore. Like, you don't hear me talk about my injured back as much anymore. And I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that I like know how to move around now. Like I move way more carefully. Mister, have you checked your tax submission? They should be moving. Yeah, they've been moving actually. Pretty wild, huh? It says slab assembly. Let me hit refresh. Yeah, we're on slab assembly. Oh, another one says verification. They're all moving. Oh, thank heavens. I can't believe we're getting there now, guys. I waited so long for these. Oh, they're working on the one that I submitted the very last, so the least old one. So they're doing them out of order, but honestly, I don't give a crap. The minute we start getting those tag slabs back, our slab drought ends. We have a slab drought. It's terrible. Actually, I'm doing a special order with Degree Grading. That's a unknown grading company. I want to see if they have any progress too. Went to the doctor 2 days later, and they're, phew, you need to stop walking around. That sucks, man. You know, the cool thing about all of us here in this group, nobody really knows each other. We know each other, but we are literally strangers. Like, we don't affect each other's lives. All right, so we're going to go to orders. It's just on received. All right, that's fine. In college, my friend had an affair on her boyfriend that she hid from everyone. Years later, he found out by looking at her phone messages while she was in the shower. That sucks. Yeah. He was digging through her phone. Men. I'm just kidding. The queue is open, guys. The queue is open. What do we got over here? We got, who wants to slice this amiibo pack in half? I'm getting kind of tired of these Animal Crossing packs, but it would be interesting to slice that in half to see what's inside. The amiibo packs, huh? We got these One Piece packs. Oh, yeah, I snipped the first 3. We don't know what's in the last ones. Ooh. I don't know if I... Hey, what's up, Jay the Party Oliver? He says, I respect the grind. No problem, man. Let's see. Yeah, we're at it, man. I've always been at it. 7 years I've been at it. I've been in Pokemon jail, sort of, because you never stop. You know, you never do. Check this out. We got the birds. This is one that's been up on the table for a while. All 3 of them. Cool, right? $285. Less than $100 per bird. I don't know if that's still accurate. That actually might have changed price over time. He saw it by accident and then stuck with her only for her to dump him years later and immediately move in another guy. She's not my friend anymore. Damn, bro. All right. PSA 10. RT Kuno. Why were you going through my phone? You're insecure. No, I'm just messing with you guys. All right. So here is... Actually, there's a couple people selling the exact same thing I'm selling. And the cheapest combo of the 3 birds appears to be for $300 in the US. Ours is $285. That's perfect. That's perfect. Because that's sort of like... You want to buy from me. No eBay fees, no taxes. We got the better price. So our price is accurate. And it's better. Whew. That's a good story. I like that story, Kayla. That's a good story. I don't know if I had stories like that. I remember when I was a lot younger and I still lived at home. My 2 sisters fought with each other horribly over the same boy. They both liked the same boy. That's pretty interesting. I remember one of my sisters, so there's the oldest and then the second oldest, right? And I remember her writing in her diary how she was in love with him, and then she was the one who didn't get him. The oldest sister married him in the end. There we go. And I think they're still married, and they had kids together and everything. They are. So I got to see that. I also got to see that second sister. She had so many different boyfriends, and it always ended terribly. And she was always just fighting with them, man. She would just fight with them all the time. And she's very good, though. She's a nice person. She's not a bad person. I just think that, I don't know, some people are just not good at relationships very well. You know, or maybe the guys were jerks. I actually don't know her side of the story. Maybe she was bad at picking guys. But yeah, so the oldest sister ended up getting the nice guy who was like a, I guess, you know, husband material right away. The second sister, she eventually does get married, and she's still with that guy, and she has a kid with them. So I think they're happy together. I honestly don't know much after that point. I really don't. But I remember that. That was an interesting story for me. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and check the queue. We've got an order from Elijah Martinez. What's the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Salacious story that I can think of. Elijah, one spot on the Tyranitar sublist. Here we are. Oops. I feel like one of the problems I have in life right now is for the last 7 years, all I've done is sit in this chair, and so I'm running out of stories. You guys have heard all my stories. I don't actually go out enough for anything interesting to happen to me. We are Elijah Martinez. I don't live enough life to have something crazy enough to talk about. Whoa. Just 2 spots left now on the Mega Tyranitar sublist. You know, guys, there's only 5 spots left. 5 chances. 5 rounds means 5 chances left to pull a sublist and get in that shiny Tyranitar. You only get 5 chances left, and then it's over. All right. That was Elijah Martinez jumping into the Tyranitar sublist. And now what? Anything else? I think we're all caught up. So we're all caught up. Let me get some more slabs up here on the table, all right? That's my job. We got to get some slabs up here. Ooh, this guy's nice. That's Sation from Incandescent Arcana for 40. That almost seems too cheap. So let me look that one up a little bit. Oh, man, I'm so excited for anything to come back from Tag. I'm dying of thirst over here. I need some slab returns immediately. All right. Well, that's not the one I'm looking for. How about 052? Let's try that. 052. How about you guys? You guys got any more good stories? Come on, entertain me for a change. I want to be entertained. I'm always sitting here talking to you guys. You guys got to entertain me for once. How does that sound? I want to be entertained for once. Who's going to give us a good story? Tell me a secret. Tell me something that you know you shouldn't say, but you're going to say it anyways because you're going to keep us entertained. This. Move that there. There's the position. Here's the Trade Federation's Mysterious Conspirator, Star Wars. It's out of 75. Wow. That's cool, man. Do you see the numbers down there? 46 out of 75. So I think I'm going to lower this one. We're going to make it a little bit cheaper. I don't think it has to be lowered, but I am just going to lower it ahead of time. So we're going to lower this one to 90. That's a numbered Star Wars card. There you are. All right. Anybody watching on Facebook? I wonder if we got any Facebook watchers. 2 people, maybe? I think it says 2 people. Got a big audience on Facebook, after all. There you are. Did you ever sell the Staff Lugias? I got all of them. I didn't sell a single one. There you are. All right. My favorite song is Friday, Friday, Friday. Got to get down on Friday. What? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this goes into the other shuffle. Oh, yes. So this one's going to say number 2, Star Wars. Let's see, Trade Feds. And then it's going to say what? 46 out of 75. 46 out of 75. All right, cool. Tag 10, and it's a hit. That's a lot of information. I didn't even know those existed. Yeah, I did really well, you know, with the gold star stamps. And now I was looking at, well, you know, what are some other cool, interesting examples of a reverse holo stamp? And I realized, well, the staff cards are pretty cool. Yeah, the staff cards are pretty nice. They're pretty limited, especially when you compare them to other modern cards. They didn't print too many of them. Into the other shuffle it goes. How nice. All right, we're hitting refresh. We're checking around. All right, no orders in the queue. We got an open queue, guys. Zacian. So this Zacian, let's move this over here. It's going to come out of here. We got to put some bonuses together for new guys. We need some new guys in here. If you're a new guy and you've never placed an order, check out the description of the live stream so that you can place your first time order. There's multiple ways to order. The simplest way to order is to just send some money over PayPal. That's all you got to do. So check out my PayPal link, send me some money, tell me what you want. If you really want to get into a different method, you can open up the website, fill in a website, you know, account, and then make purchases through the website. So there's two different ways. PayPal is really easy. The website maybe a little bit longer, but then the website does the math for what you want to buy on you. You know, you want to buy like 5 different packs. Well, if you do it the old style, where you pay with PayPal, you got to add those up and then send the money over. So the website offers some convenience. All right, so that says 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There it is. Mr. Thought on term limit, good or bad? Well, you know, we need a dictatorship, so we need a new term limit where it's one God King who rules from the beginning of his life to the end from here on out. So, you know, hopefully we can overthrow democracy and begin our monarchy. I'm playing with you. It is T10. The only thing that can save us now is, you know, a Christian monarchy. People are getting really extreme in their politics these days. You guys ever listen to politics? You ever listen to the internet? Ooh, man, it gets crazy out there. You are? But term limits, huh? I mean, people always want to apply that to, like, Congress so that people in Congress can't just, you know, get voted on over and over and over and over again to run Congress forever, and the Senate, too. So, you know, you get these people where their names are very recognizable, and then their names become like a brand. And then when people go to vote, they go, well, I want to go with the brand that I know. And it's almost like a human folly to be that way, to just sort of vote on what you know. Like Donald Trump had a lot of voting power because everyone recognized the name Donald Trump. So it's the same with like AOC or something like that. People recognize the name. They go, click, okay, I'm voting for that person. I know that person. That's the girl that makes the Republicans mad. I'm voting for that one. Yeah, it's just sort of, I can't tell, though, if it's for the best for the country, you know, ultimately. Like, from a very plain point of view, forcing somebody out of office could stop somebody who's awful from getting to run again. But what if you have somebody who's really good, actually? What if they're just really good at running in Congress? Like, they do a great job. Well, maybe they should be allowed to keep running. People are voting for it. So it's hard to say. I think that's why we haven't changed the rules so far. Because sometimes you get, I don't know, it's just a different system. Who's to say it's a better system? Maybe like age limit. After the age of 90, you got to retire. You can't be, I don't know. Is that ageist? I don't want to be ageist. We should have an age limit. Yeah, one God King per millennial term, fair. Fun fact, Mickey Mouse gets the 3rd highest number of votes for president each presidential election via write-in opinion. Oh, really, Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse, Disney Mickey Mouse terrifies me, so I don't know if I'd want him to be the president. All right, so Reggie Gigas. He's a pristine Reggie Gigas. So that's why he hasn't sold yet. He has an extra high price for being pristine. There it is. So I'm pointing to the pristine. And then what do we have here? We got a Sudowoodo. That's the correct price on Sudowoodo. And here is a Whalmer from Legend Maker for $240. That's probably about right as well. That's vintage. Vintage Whalmer from the Legend Maker collection. Pretty cool. We got a vintage card up here. I wrote in Harambe. Yeah, Harambe. Poor Harambe. Hey, here's an item I'd like to sell. The Gray Ninja collection for somebody who wants to open it. I don't want to ship it. So this is for sale for somebody who wants to open it. Gray Ninja. Shrouded Fable. And then box. Oops, I typed in Bach. Oops. Karis and I were watching a really funny video today on YouTube. It was, let's see, 1980s commercials that wouldn't be allowed to be played today. And they were just really, really funny commercials. And, you know, they'd use like an offensive word that we deemed, you know, you don't say that anymore, stuff like that. Or like Bill Cosby talking about drugs. It was pretty good. And while I was watching it, you know what made me sad? The feeling of the 80s made me sad anyways. I was like, wow, it's been so long. 46 years ago was the 80s, right? And then, so, you know, the 90s was like 36 years ago. It's like, it was like another time period. It really is. We're very different now. Very different country. All right, I'm pleased to offer this for sale to be opened only for $240. Can't keep it sealed because I don't want to ship this. So it's $240. Well, let's get a big sticker. How much? $250? Pretty close. Do you want to pay $250? I'll take $250. If you want to send in $250, I'll take it. Here, why don't we try $250? No, I already said $240. All right, I want to get greedy. You triggered my dragon greed. Here it is. All right, when you said $250, I said, wow, this guy thinks that $240 is too cheap. The audience is ready to pay $250. Bill Cosby went downhill. Is he even alive? He died, didn't he? Bill Cosby died after he was set free from the jail. I thought, is Bill Cosby alive? Oh, he is alive. He's 89 years old. Wow. Crazy. No more pudding pops for you, Mr. Cosby. Doesn't that become like 100 right when you open it? I don't know. Up to you, man. It's not 100 if you pull good cards out of it. You could say the same thing about most Pokemon cards. Like, doesn't that get cheaper when you open it? That's true about just about everything. So you open this pack. So this pack is pretty expensive right here. This Heat Wave pack. And then if you open it, you pull the wrong cards, it becomes like 5 pennies. You know, you pull like a pack with no holographics in it. It's just got 5 commons in it. And what's that worth? Like, I don't know, maybe 5 cents. And so your little $7 booster pack became 5 cents really fast. Well, you know, Cosby cigar commercials were wild. All right, so let's see what else. So we got a Greninja box, a weird one available for sale that you probably weren't expecting. Here's Totodile. Somebody was asking if we had a Totodile for sale. Yes, we do. Here's Scizor. Here's another Sudowoodo. We got 2 Sudowoodos. Scolipede. Another Scolipede. Here's Krusty Krab Pizza. And here's Tree Herder. That's too cheap. That's too cheap. It can't be 65. That's got to be like 100. Scizor for 300 and Scizor for 350. Oh, because this is Gold Part 2 and this is Silver Part 2, which is still pretty good, but it's not quite as cool as Gold Part 2 with the Pichus on it. Yeah, well, if you could have a choice, what would you have on the back of your card? Pichu or Meryl? You're going to choose Pichu. He's way cuter. What is this? Is this a wide sleeve? Yeah, it's a wide sleeve. Gotta get rid of these damn wide sleeves, man. They're all over the place. Okay, here's a Scizor wide sleeve. The art rares are exclusive to the box. Yeah. Here we are. That's right. They're exclusive to the box. There we go. That's one of the reasons why to get the box. So we're selling that one. That was in my investment inventory to hold for many years. And we're done holding it because we, once again, we want to liquidate, put a money ball together, and we want to have very little product left over. We don't want to have like stacks of product to ship. You know, moving from one lake house in Missouri to another lake house in Missouri is very easy. You know why? Because I can just drive between them. So this lake house is only like 30 minutes away from the one I used to own. So we had all this inventory and that was an easy move. If we're moving all the way to Las Vegas, that's a 24-hour drive. And we're just going to get strangers to put $1 million of inventory into the back of their truck and drive it across the country for us and just trust them. So the more we can get rid of, the better. We want to get rid of as much as possible before we actually initiate the move. We don't want to have any more than we need to move because I can rebuy it when we're in Las Vegas. I can rebuy anything I need. So that's what it's all about at this point, guys. We want to reduce the risk by simply not owning it. All right, poker playing Scizor. I know that they probably would never take it, but in the catastrophic case that they would, you know what I'm saying? So technically, scissors much cheaper if you go with like, you know, the typical regular scissors, the one, you know, like the part 1 gold, part 1 silver. Yeah, like part 1 gold version scissors really cheap. What about silver? Wow, silver is so much more expensive. Let me check last sold. So people want the silver version for some reason. Gold, gold, gold. Wow. On June 10th, gold version sold for $350, but then one in auction went for $130. Just another example where you should never sell these in auction. Crazy. So, we have a pretty rare version of this Pokemon card. Again, we have the part 2 versions. And wait a second. Oh, this is standard silver, or this is standard gold. This doesn't have the Pichu. Ooh, we're gonna change some prices real fast here, guys. We're gonna change some prices here. You ready? So this guy gets really affordable, and you might be, well, you know what? He's so affordable, I'm gonna put him into the live customs. So he's going down to 150, but I'm gonna go put him in the live customs, okay? Yeah, look at this. King, that's 4 of spades. So that's King of clubs, 4 of spades. They're two very different sets. Now this is the much more rare silver version 2 copy with the Merrills on the back. And he was, what, pop 4, right? So there's 4 of these. Now this guy is a bit more common because those gold decks were not that, they're not as rare as this guy over here, as these decks. So, okay, so this is a less rare version of the card. Let's get him in here. You ready? The art rares are exclusive to the box. I stole hundreds of booster packs from Walmart, opened them, sold them all for only like 300. Crazy, man. Recently or like when you're a kid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm not judging at all. I'm very confident people are stealing lots of Pokemon cards from Walmart. So let's see. I did pick up the Merrill. We're going to say like 5 years ago. Crazy, man. What was it like? Was it thrilling? How did it feel? Like, did it feel like you would get caught at any moment? Sounds like you got away with it. Now, you know, the trick now is to never do it again, right? Because if you learn that you got away with it, right, you might be tempted to do it again, right? But it only takes getting caught one time, and then they're gonna, you know, probably prosecute. So be careful out there, okay? You're alive and fine right now. Let's keep you that way. Financially alive is what I mean by that. I don't mean like they're gonna murder you. Yeah, I don't steal anymore. That's right. Yeah, that's sort of like gambling. And if you win, see, this is what I think happens to a lot of guys who get into like theft. They succeed at their first theft, and then they go, wow, that worked so well. I can do that again, and it'll work the second time too. And so they get into this habit of feeling like a serial killer, right? They get into this habit of feeling like, hey, I'm getting away with this, until they get caught one time, and then it's like, now you got record. Now you're in trouble. It is. But yeah, it sounds, that's pretty interesting, man. Beating up Walmart, huh? Put this over here. I think a lot of people stole cards when they were kids, especially, you know. And back then, I don't think that Walmart and Target had so much, like, machinery to catch you, you know what I'm saying? Like, back then, I don't think they cared. Pokemon cards, of course, didn't sell for thousands of dollars or anything online. They really were just a kid's toy. That's all they were. And, you know, the booster packs were worth $3, and you pull like $3. The cards themselves were like $3. So back then, if a kid stole Pokemon cards, Target's not going to have a cow, man. But yeah, I think a lot of people probably stole cards as kids back in the 90s and the early 2000s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now it's a little scarier, in my opinion, because if you go steal some cards out of Walmart, they're looking at you like, hey, you know, this is not just a children's toy anymore. Now this is like jewelry. It is. All right, let's see. I just steal like Chipotle from pickup shelves now. Really? Apex Robbie? What are you talking about, man? You're crazy, dude. If I ever got stopped, I would just say I thought it was my order. Oh, you got it all planned out. Oh my God, dude. What are we talking about? Well, at least you're sharing your secrets. I like the secrets, man. I'm not homeless. I'm just funna DN smart. I've never stolen, says Kayla. I've probably stolen like some small stuff. You know, I think stealing's just kind of a thing that happens, you know, it's just kind of part of life. You gotta be careful not to make it a way of life, though. I think that's when you're gonna get in trouble, you're gonna get caught. I've done it hundreds of times and never gotten stopped. Damn, bro. This guy's living on easy mode. Hey, look at this Krusty Krab pizza card. You think that went up in price? Let's go double check it. Hey, what's up, Mr. Ryan T? How many spots in the new Topps pack break? Let's take a quick look. All right, guys. Let's see. The cheap split, right? Here it is, cheap split. We got one person in here. It's Miss Kayla. So there's 7 spots remaining. It's Rainbow Topps, everybody. Tossing this over here. All right. I mean, there's worse crimes going on out in the world than stealing Chipotle or food from Chipotle. If you guys could steal food from any restaurant, what would be your top choice? I would steal a spot at the Golden Corral buffet. Still to this day, I think it's the best restaurant in the world. Golden Corral, cheap. You get your beef, you get your potatoes, right? You get beef, potatoes, maybe you get some steamed broccoli, you get a little bun. It's the perfect meal. And it's only $40 for 2 people. I mean, it's like $45 for 2 people. Well, it depends on if you get a drink, right? And then so and maybe it depends on where you live too. Like maybe they have regional pricing. So where I live, it's $40 for 2 people. Amazing. All you can, and if the steak isn't just right, just throw it away. They can't stop you. It's a buffet. So you can just throw it away. If they cooked it wrong, they gave you a bad slice. Maybe they overcooked it. Maybe they undercooked it. I've had it undercooked before where they gave me a slice and I'm like, bro, this isn't even rare. This is just raw. It's like, you can cook this for longer than like 20 seconds, I think. All right, this is going to be called the Krusty Krab Pizza. We're going to call it Krusty Krab Pizza. Thank you. You understand. As a DoorDasher driver, and to be honest, that irks me, but to each their own. Let's see. Whoa. The Krusty Krab Pizza card in a 10 for $330. And take a look at this. $330 with 12 watchers and in one cart. That's underpriced. That's what I was thinking, because I've been hearing about how these SpongeBob cards have gone way up in price, apparently. All right. There you go. All right. You're funny, man. Let's grab this. Okay. Putting this here. His name's Apex Robbie. I almost wonder, is it like a joke account because it says Robbie in the account, but I don't think it is. I've definitely seen Apex Robbie in here before, right? All right, so this is going to say 300. There we go. Did you ever find out what happened to the sponge card you had? Yeah, I've got it still. It's in a box where it's waiting to be sent out to grade, but I didn't want to bother grading it because I don't know if it'll be handed out a grade. It's really sad because I acquired it a very long time ago when no one would consider faking one. And I don't even know how they would fake. I mean, it looks like such a complicated product. Who would be faking them? Danny said 2 times I've been to Golden Corral. Only 2, huh? I'm sorry to hear that, man. I seen a kid stick their entire hand in the chocolate fountain. So gross. I never touch that chocolate fountain. I never touch the ice cream. I almost exclusively never get their little gross desserts. Their desserts are terrible. Karis will get like a chocolate dessert, like a chocolate brownie or something. I always think that's super gross too. Oh, just sold some of those display stands. So the only thing I ever order is the steak. Sometimes I get a little fried fish. Sometimes I get a little fried shrimp. And then for me, it's just the steak, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. Is so easy. You get a little bun with that. It's the best out-to-eat steak meal you can get. And here's one of the best parts, by the way. You walk in, you pay right in the front, right? So you're done paying. No sitting there going, I got work to do. Where's the waiter? I want to pay my check. You know, no losing your mind waiting to pay the check. You go, pay right in the front. You grab your plate. You've got a thick slice of medium rare steak in like 30 seconds. You sit down at your chair. You already got your sides, and you're done eating in like 10 to 15 minutes, and then you just walk out the door. Oh my God, it takes like a third the amount of time to get your food in and leave. It's the best system. It's the best system. It's 10 times better. You're done in like 15 minutes. No sitting there. My name is Stacy. What would you like for dinner tonight? What can I get you guys started with? Can I get you started with our handhelds? Hi, Stacy. The person I didn't want to talk to. You know what I mean? You don't have to deal with any of that crap. Well, you do get a waiter. They like fill your drink up or something, but I just get like the big drink. You know, they got like a drink that you take with you on the road. I just get one of those and fill it up. So it usually doesn't need a refill. So you get like a waiter at Golden Corral too, but they don't really do anything. They just carry your plates away. And they're supposed to fill your drinks up, but we don't need it. We get the big cups, right? So anyways, you just sit there, no waiting for your order. You don't have to sit there and think about, oh, what am I going to get? You don't have to do that because you already know what you're going to get. And it's a buffet, so it doesn't even matter. You can just get whatever they got. You just go get your food and sit down. Amazing, dude. Best food experience in America. Unless you go to a yucky, rundown Golden Corral where there's a bunch of kids mangling the food. I can't help you if you got a Golden Corral where people with no class, no manners, they're rude. If you got one of those Golden Corrals, don't even listen to me. They probably suck. Because I've been to one in St. Charles. When I was younger, we had a bad Golden Corral in St. Charles, right? And I always thought Golden Corral was like kind of the ghetto, you know? So I thought you ate there because you were like, you know, just wanting to, you're going to have the city experience or something, right? So we had a St. Charles Golden Corral like that. It wasn't good. I got out here to Lake of the Ozarks, where they got some spread out here, kind of in the countryside, and they're nice, dude. It's really nice. Really, really nice. So where you go to your Golden Corral plays a big role in the experience. If you have one and it feels like the people around you are not being very nice, not being very clean, try a different one. Go to one that's more in the countryside or in a wealthier part of town or something like that, okay? It'll be a different experience, I promise. All right, let me take a picture of this. Very important to go to one where everyone is respectful and clean and quiet and the waiters are nice. You don't want to go to one where everyone's like screaming and the kids are just kind of running wild, because that happens. The kids were running wild and the parents won't do anything about it. And you're like, what the hell, dude? So here's King Alert 3.5. Oh, that's a consignment card. Okay, we'll take that down too, though. So Kingler goes here. I miss old Tree Buffet. Yeah, they were all right. They had like that runny macaroni and cheese. You know what I'm talking about? Like that macaroni that it was almost like the cheese was like a soup. And I don't know why, but that was the best macaroni and cheese. I loved that runny macaroni and cheese. They had like the ham slice. I think Golden Corral beats them. Yeah, I think Golden Corral's better. Golden Corral, they got like the steak, man, cooked on a grill, and it has a nice, complex, smoky flavor. I think that's why Old Country Buffet is gone and Golden Corral's still around. Zagok and Tatooine Gangster. Place this over here. We used to have Ryan's back in the day, and it was good. I went to a Ryan's one time, and it was basically like Old Country Buffet, and it fell apart too. Actually, didn't it get bought out by Old Country Buffet or something like that before they both went down? So I'm going to take a picture of this for the consign channel. You guys know we have a consign channel, right? That's where we post all the consignment cards for sale. Be sure to check that out. There's a lot of cards in that channel. All right. Those inner city, different socioeconomic circumstances, Golden Corrals. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it just, I don't know if that's a really specific way of putting it, but, you know, if you go to one where the parents aren't watching their kids and the kids are running around screaming. I told you about that St. Charles one, right? My family went to it a couple times. And then later, when I was older, I went there with a friend. It was a roommate. And we were just sitting down, just me and him, having a little buffet together for fun, right? And this kid runs up and just grabs my chicken leg right off my plate. And I'm like, who the hell does that? Like, how could a kid even conceive to do that? No, none of my siblings would have ever done that. They would have known they get their booty butts spanked if they do that kind of crap. But they just wouldn't have done it anyways because, you know, it's a stranger. But this kid just ran right up to my plate, took my food off of it, and just started eating it. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, like, whose kid is this? How is no one watching this child And it stunned and shocked me. And I immediately thought to myself, like, Golden Corral is not a place to be. It's a bad place to be. And I just didn't go anymore. For like years, I didn't go. I stayed far away from Golden Corral. And then, you know, I started going to one out here in Lake of the Ozarks because it was basically all we had. And I was like, oh, this is lovely. And it was lovely. And you just sort of discover it's the environment, it's the people around you that decide whether or not your restaurant's good or not. Because if you think about it, unlike other restaurants, in a buffet, you're all sharing the same, like, you know, you're sharing the food in a way. So having good, you know, having good neighbors in a buffet is kind of it's important. Let's say that, it's important. You got to have good neighbors. At a buffet, good neighbors is the key. All right, let me try this. Hey, what's up, Cactuar Queen? How's it going? It's 4:11, guys. It looks like we've slowed down a little bit. I haven't seen any orders in the queue for a second. I've just been pricing up some cards, taking some pictures here. I got to mark this other thing as sold out. Somebody bought those Mario packs out of the Pricey Slabs channel. So I'm going to go mark that as sold. Edit message. Sold. All right, there goes. That's good. I'm going to pull these down. Buffets, ugh, yuck. What? Who here also thinks buffets are yucky? I love them. Let's see. We used to have Ryan's. Hi, mister. Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm tossing this in here. Actually, we should have a lot more room now that those packs are gone. Yeah, we do. Okay. We pulled off all those Pricey Slabs. 100%. This is why Japan is the best. The whole country is very considerate and clean. Right, right. It must be because every Japanese person is wealthy. All right. Very good. Let's see what the order is. We just got an order from Javier. My parents were really tough on us kids. You know, anywhere we went, we would get compliments all the time on how well behaved we were. People would come up to my mom and be like, wow, your children are so well behaved. How do you do it? Because she will walk around with, like, you know, 8 kids following her, and we'd be walking single file and quiet. And they're like, wow, it's so good. How do you do it? What she never told them is, if they step out of line, they're going to get their asses beat so badly, they're never going to forget it. You know, so severely that they're definitely not going to break that rule twice. So she never added that part. If she did, it would maybe all start to make sense. All right, so we got Azure Lane Volume 2. This is Javier going deep. He's jumping into this sub list. Here you go. First spawn here. Let's see. Looks like this is your first time running in this round. Beatings. That's right. Sit down and do your homework. It reminds me of that South Park clip. It's a real old one, but it was like it was a funny clip that was talking about attention deficit disorder, and there were these 3 kids, and they were all kind of screaming, and they were supposed to be doing their homework, and this doctor's like, and now we're going to apply this new treatment by Dr. So-and-so. He walks over to the first kid, he slaps the kid, he says, sit down and do your homework, and the kid just starts working. So funny, dude. Smacks the second kid, the kid starts crying. And then he smacks him again and says, stop crying and do your homework. So the kid stops crying and starts working. And then the third kid, after watching the first 2 get smacked, he just shuts up and starts working. He's like, all right, don't smack me. I'm just going to do my work now. And it was a really funny clip. I don't know if you guys remember that. That's an old clip. I could probably find it for you guys if you wanted. 2 Live Customs. It's a really funny clip. But, you know, it maybe demonstrates how, you know, maybe violence is not really the answer for training your children, because I don't, you know, there was too much violence in my family, but also maybe it's the other way around too. Maybe you can actually be too nice to your kids, right? Like your kids are just running wild and they don't learn any consequences at all. Oh, here we are, and a code. All right, we got one hot one. Let's find out what's in there. Dugong. Oh yeah, Dugong's in here. I think you're the first one to pull it. I feel like that stuff carries over into adult life. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably it does. Maybe your nervous system becomes like adapted to like consequences. Like you expect them. Because when you're a kid, you're smacked enough times to expect them. So you're like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to break any rules. There it is, dugong. Ow. I feel like that stuff carries over. Beatings. Buffets are great. You just got to not consider how they are in business when they are cheap. I refuse to do buffets. People are nasty. Hey, I went to that Wynn buffet. That was kind of nice. Of course, it was overpriced. It was overpriced. It really was. Like, I was doing an analysis on the food, and I'm like, as nice as this is, it's not worth $90. They had, like, these measly crab legs, right? Snow crab clusters. And they had them cut in half. It was nice. But I was just eating them going, I can just go home and eat these for like $25, and it would be a lot of them, you know, or $50 even, half the price, $50. And so they had all this other food too, and they had some desserts. Those were kind of cool, but man, it was pricey. It's not the answer, but it is an answer. The thing is, our whole society is based around violence. We all do what we're told for fear of imprisonment or violence. Yeah, it's sort of like punishment, force, power. You know, when you believe that there's a hell coming, when you believe that there's somebody way more powerful than you is going to apply a rule to you, you start to follow rules. You go, okay, we follow the rules then. You know, all right, we're keeping dugong, English dugong. That was previously a Team Rocket grunt card. Okay. Good. I definitely get nervous around small confrontations. I think it has something to do with that. Maybe. You never know. All right. Some of the kids in our family were super tough. You just couldn't get them to do anything. There was some bad stuff, man. Like, when I was younger, it was really, there was like a chain of command. I was the third oldest kid, not the oldest. I had two older sisters. And the absolute oldest sister, she was nuts, dude, especially in her younger years. She was really crazy. I remember her stuffing one of my brothers in a tiny closet, like she folded him up and stuffed him onto a shelf and then closed the door on him because he wouldn't do his chores. And so there was like two aspects to that. I was like, how is she such a psychopath that she would torture him? How's he so crazy that he won't just do his chores? He knows mom said he had to do them, but he won't do them because she said to do them, so he won't do it. So I used to watch that and he's like, man, this is some crazy dysfunction or something. Like, wouldn't it be easier to just do your chores? Mom's going to come back and you still have to do them. So why fight your sister who's way older and stronger than you? It makes no sense. But there was so much of that all the time. It was like really crazy, man. Constantly. Whoa, man. Look at this card. Unbelievable designs here. Here we are. Yeah, that was one of my brothers. He was my, that was the brother Jacob. So it was me, Blake, Jacob. So Jacob, he was quite a bit younger and yet still so stubborn. And you saw so much of that all the time. Everyone in the family was crazy stubborn. And, you know, maybe it's like a personality trait to be that stubborn. Yeah, it made no sense to me because it's like, well, you know, mom's going to come home and she's the final word. Like, she's way tougher than the oldest sister. Yeah. Mom's got the most terrifying tool of all. She's got dad. Dad'll do anything she says. Here we are. That's hilarious. It's funny talking about it as an adult, but as a kid, it was like traumatizing because you're like watching a small child. You know, he was maybe like 7 and he wasn't as strong as her. She was maybe like 14 or something. And she's like overpowering him. And she did fold him up like a pretzel. She literally stuffed him on a towel shelf and he couldn't get out of it. And then she closed the door on him. So, and the door touches the shelf. So he's completely locked in. And she's like, you know, I'll let you out when you do your chores. And she got to leave him in there a long time. I know she will. And he'll resist it anyways. Because he's like, he's going to win. And it's like, dang, dude. It's like an immovable object or unstoppable force, something like that. And it's just like, it never made sense to me because I was a reasonable type. I liked to reason. And it's like, she's trying to make him do his chores. That she will get beaten if they're not done. That's the system of, that's the hierarchy. So she gets put in charge of all the children. And then if their chores aren't done, she gets whipped along with them. So she fails as a manager and she gets in serious trouble. And that was the system that was used. And so she's like a 14-year-old terrified that the younger children won't do their work because she's going to get beaten too. So the whole thing was just like nuts, dude. It was really strict, but it just didn't make sense to me. I was like, so here you have your younger brother. He knows mom's going to come home anyways. Why not just do it? It's such an easy chore. You know, it'd be something like clean the bathroom or wash the shelves or something like that. And my mom was a clean freak, man. It had to be spotless, which didn't really make sense for somebody who had like 8 children or however many children it was at that point. It was a lot of kids already. So she got like 8 kids, and she's obsessed with cleanliness. Like, things have to be absolutely perfect. You know, there couldn't be like, everything was organized. So it's extremely organized down to the like speck. She was one of those people that would dust places that you couldn't even see. She's like, no, it has to be dusted. And if I catch dust up there, you're all dead. So she was just really crazy about cleanliness. And she would pass that on in the form of punishment if you didn't keep up with her. This sounds crazy. She was real crazy. And then she married that nice guy who I mentioned earlier. His name was Francis. He was really nice. He was like from a nice, normal family, by the way, which I guess that's good for my sister. She lucked out. All right. So Ryan Trejo, 4 spots in the top. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. 4 spots in the tops break. You got it, man. She's passing down her own trauma. See, that's the thing. I don't think that her mom and dad were that crazy. I think they were really normal, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Her sisters weren't crazy. My aunts, yeah, Aunt Katie, Aunt Carolyn, there was Aunt Marianne. She was kind of crazy. She was actually adopted, ironically, though. And then any other sisters? I don't think she had any other sisters. So she only had a couple sisters. She didn't come from like a huge family like she had. She had like a normal-sized family. And my grandmother on her side, she was just kind of like a plump woman. She liked to eat a lot. She liked to cook food for everybody. And she didn't seem crazy. She seemed really normal. She would give us like a little baggie of Oreos. She'd like, here, have some Oreos. And then as soon as we were in the car to drive home, my mom would confiscate all the Oreos. I'm like, Mom, these are Oreos from Grandma. These are made with love. You can't take these away. You know, I had a sense of that even at an extremely young age. I was like, how the hell are you taking away Grandma's cookies? You can't do that. It's like a sin. But, you know, she'd confiscate all the cookies because cookies are unhealthy. And it's like, yeah, that's why Grandma has to hand them out, because she makes it okay. And so, you know, she was just tough like that, though, because, you know, you're not supposed to eat cookies. They'll make you fat. Now, here I am. I'm 37 and I'm fat and I like cookies. Here it is. She probably bullies the poo out of them. You know, I never got my mom's side of the story about how her childhood was. She doesn't talk about it as far as I know. I don't know. I never heard her talk about how she was abused at home. I do remember she would talk mad trash on my dad's side of the family. She would talk so much trash. And when I was younger, I believed her too. I was like, Mom's always right. Mom's always right. She's the smart one. She's the tough one. She's the one with high Now I'm looking back on it. I'm like, she's crazy. His side of the family was probably more normal. They're just normal people. Nothing weird about them. You know, so looking back on it, I was like, why did she talk so much trash? Because she made it sound like her family was great and his family was crazy or something. And now I look back on it as like, why? You're crazy. Why would you say all that stuff? You're so mean. All right, Ryan Trejo, 4 spots in the top break, 1 live custom, 3 Poke Shuffles. Do you guys like my stories here? I'm talking about deep, deep, deep childhood stories. These are really old. These are like from ages like 7, 8, 9, that kind of stuff. Okay, ready? Oh, she's probably mean to him. Your sister to her? Yes. So when they started dating, it was like a shock, actually, because we were a very conservative Catholic family. And then all of a sudden, I have this older sister, and she's going to make out with this dude, and he comes to our house now. Like, it was so weird. But, yeah, he came over. He got the talk from my dad. My dad was a big talker, so he talked a lot. And he got the talk from my dad. Not with my daughter, you know, all that stuff. But Francis, all I can remember of him is he was a genuinely good person. His whole family was. So, you know, he wasn't going to do anything he wasn't allowed to do. You ready? All right, Ryan, I'm stacking these up together. You ready? So he comes over, she starts dating him, and I distinctly remember she would like run out on him and leave him behind and take the car. She would kind of bully him. That's exactly what she would do. And he would just put up with it. So I don't know. 1, 2, 3. She must have been a good girlfriend or something. He must have wanted her. That's all I could think. I was like, man, I'd have moved on to the next girl already. All right, your Poke Shuffles are cold. And the live custom is cold. No! Here we are. I always thought, of course, that my sisters were insane. I thought both of them were pretty crazy in some ways. Here it is. I never trusted a word they said. They were excellent liars. They're extremely good liars. And they often lied. And so I never trusted anything they ever said. their version of the story of whatever was going on in our lives, I would just dismiss it immediately because I said, this is probably not how it went down. So I learned that after living with them for a long, after being a kid living with them, I stopped trusting anything that any of my siblings said. They're all lying. Somebody's not telling the truth. Ryan says, a pre-grade on the Misty Star, you please? I like that card. All right, you got it, Ryan. So, a little pre-grade. I could never, some men like being controlled. No thanks. He's a very nice guy. His dad's like a corporate lawyer. I have a brother-in-law on that side of the family now, and he's actually a lawyer too. So I don't know what Francis does, though. I don't know what kind of work he does, but I bet you he's successful. He seemed like a really smart guy. All right, so we want to take a look at the Misty. You got it. This is a pre-grade. I'm very good at pre-grades. I can even detect when a card is ready for pristine or black label. So you can deploy my skills to your cards. Are you ready? Okay. My sisters were very good liars. Lying isn't just about telling a non-truth. It's about constructing a influence and a story. And the children in my family were good talkers, and they were good liars. So you have a pretty nice card, except for this corner and this corner are just slightly less than what I'd like them to be. So you can see how the light kind of refracts off the very tip there. All right. See, that corner's nice and clean, nothing to refract. So something's refracting right off of this edge. It's tipped upward. Now, you might be able to take a pen and fix that and roll it out. I think I saw it on this side, too. Yeah, you do. You see it on this side, too. So this corner and this corner have been bumped, and that's really all it takes. But you might be able to correct that. Other than that, the card is real close, okay? So there's no, notches in the card. That's a common problem in Topps cards are notches. Something, I don't know what causes the notch, but it'll be like a square indent, and it's typically on, this corner up here, or maybe, down here. You see it in Panini cards, too, actually. So your card is very close to what I would consider a 10, but you need to correct these corners. You need to flatten them. And with that being said, I'm now going to cut the edges of this sleeve and put it back in. I could never, some men like being controlled. Here it is. Here we are. I wouldn't be surprised if both of my sisters were kind of tough, bossy types. We have that term bossy is kind of mean. But I'm bossy. I'm bossy as hell, dude. I'm horribly bossy. And I'm not all that different from them. We're all kind of that way, especially the oldest children. It's like we sort of grew up in a demanding environment and had to be in charge of everybody all the time. And so, there's no playing or fun in my brain. It's sort of all bossiness. We're going to go ahead and declare this one. I'm going to call this a 9.5 because I think that the corners can be corrected. Okay, there you go. I think they have a chance to be corrected. You can send this in, but there's a very good chance that either one of these are going to trigger a 9 on your card. Now, if you take some sort of, rolling pin or something, or book, or whatever method you want to use, and you get those corners flat, that may in fact just be a 10, okay? All right, good luck with that. How tough are you? Here you are. Ryan Shapiro. Wait a second, this isn't your bag. Where'd we put your bag? Did I throw your bag to the side? Here it is, okay. All right. Yeah, both my sisters became managers. That was the only job I remember them. They had manager jobs at retail. The oldest sister was a manager at Home Depot. The moment she was 18, she was like a manager. That's how crazy that is. She was just a manager. And that's exactly how it worked for the second oldest sister. She was immediately made into a manager. And I swear to God, it's because of that practice telling kids what to do all day. Okay, so there you go. The pre-grade on the Misty Star, the 4 spots in the top break, and the 1 live custom. Let's get you a free spot over here. All right, here we are. You don't really forget, being in charge of 7 or 8 or 9 children at a time, and there's actual infants as well. That happened all the time because my dad would take my mom out, and that was her one brief release from the hell. He would come back from out of town because he would be out of town doing his job. He had a job that required him to leave town a lot. And he would come back, and then for Saturday and Sunday, he would take my mom out on the weekends. So it would just be us watching each other. Kids watching kids, really. But then when he was gone, sometimes my mom needed to run errands, and she didn't want to take all 7 children with her. So she might take like 1 or 2 of the boys to carry stuff, but then everyone else would be left behind. So some kid would be chosen to be the leader, typically the oldest. And so, as the sisters got old enough to leave, that was me. That was my job for a while. And it was just, man, it was a lot of work. It's also why it's not very daunting to have like kids. I was never really, I simply didn't want them because I knew how much work it was. But like, I think some people are like new parents and they get nervous about the new parent part. That part's not nervousness for me. It's just, I know there's going to be a lot of work. Did the Tyranitar sublist go off? Oh, it's close. 1 spot on the Tyranitar sublist. 1 spot. Let's see. And we didn't miss a payment on that, did we? Okay, just making sure Ryan didn't order one, because Ryan had a really long order there. All right, so here's an order from Javier. 1 live, 1 crib. All right, it's sold. He's taking the last spot. You got it, man. You got it. I got a lot of stories like that. I feel like I could have written a book on some of the interesting experiences you have in a large family. Because it is for me, I was going through it, and as an adult, I realized most people really didn't experience anything like this. It was a very different experience. 11 kids, homeschooled. So it's like an Amish thing or something. I don't know. That's it. Sublist time, baby. Let's see what we got. Okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. How about you guys? How big was your family? I want to hear how big everyone else's family is, because some of you guys might have had kind of larger families too, but it's pretty rare actually. So I'd like to hear, how about you guys? Single family or single child, 2 brothers, 2 sisters? One of the fun things about being in a big family is you met people who were in big families. You like all found each other and you'd be like, oh, we got to be friends. We are. We are. Here's this. Here's this. Here's this. Here's this. And here's this. All right, we got 10. Very nice. Placing this over here. All right, so we got our sublist packs. You bought a sublist pack with the card in it. That's what you bought for $40. 4 brothers. That's a lot of brothers. What kind of brothership did you have? Like, was it like you all liked each other and got along? Because I had these Puerto Rican neighbors, and there were 2 brothers, and they really liked each other. They were like best friends with each other. My brothers and I were nothing like that. We were so competitive. It was horrible. Everything was a competition. It was like a competition for resources constantly. Competition for who's in charge, who's going to be dominant, who's going to make the rules, who's going to decide how things are feeling, like what music are we going to play in our bedroom, because you're sharing a bedroom with like 4 brothers and eventually 5. Eventually there's 5 of you in there, and it's just nuts, dude. So there's a fierce competition for everything: space, cleanliness, simple stuff you never thought you'd fight over, but it got super vicious. It's 1 brother, 1 sister. That's the way to do it, I think. Family of 3's that's like the American dream or something, you know what I mean? Very easy. 2 parents, 3 babies. That's a replacement level number of babies. It is. I think the only time to have like 12 kids is when you have $12 million. How does that sound? But I don't know. My parents made it happen. Give me a number. 4 sisters. That's a lot of sisters. Sometimes I think having a lot of sisters may be better at talking to women in general. So like, I never had trouble dating. Sometimes you meet guys who like, they start breaking out into sweats when they got to talk to a girl, like they're going to die talking to a girl. But because I had 6 sisters, I feel like that made me realize women are crazy. I'm just kidding. And then later when it was time to talk to girls, it wasn't so scary. All right, 3. All right, you got it. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, pretty quickly as a kid with 6 sisters, I had the conclusion that I did feel a little bit like maybe women were a little bit nuts. I blame my mom too, right? Like she probably was nuts. And so once you gain that perspective, you actually, and it's a sincere perspective. It's not like something you're building up because you read some kind of like how to talk to women book or something like that. you pass over this threshold where it's like, how do you feel about me? I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what you think about me. We got 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. Oh, 6 is Nathan Norman. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And number 10. Whoa. There it is. It's Nathan Norman on 6. I have 6 sisters. You're laughing. Yeah, I mean, it's something like that, though, right? Because I had really rough sisters. Like I was talking about, the one brother got tied up and placed in the closet and the door closed in, like they're trying to suffocate him and all that. And that was just like a typical day. And so, you know, if you're fighting constantly and it's really horrible fighting, you actually sort of lose your sense of, I don't know, you like lose a sense of fear that maybe is more natural in social areas. Here it is. All right. Very good. I know if I ever experience like a social anxiety talking to somebody, it will not be like getting a girlfriend. That would not scare me at all. But it would be like a feeling like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings or something like that. And then that'll actually make me nervous somehow, because that I don't know how to deal with. Like, so if I'm talking to somebody and I want to say, hey, I think you're an idiot and I want to get out of this conversation, that will make me super nervous, because it's like, you know, you're having these negative feelings that you don't want anyone to know about. Like, that's not appropriate. You can't think that about anybody. And so now you've got this secret inappropriate thing that could hurt their feelings. And you're like, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. So that will make me socially nervous sometimes if I got to get away from somebody. Like, I cannot talk to you, man. Get me out of here. And that happens, you know, on occasion, depending on who I'm talking to. Maybe a coworker, maybe I'm at college talking to somebody I don't want to talk to, but they really want to talk to me. It is 1, 2, 3. But like, if I have to go and get a girlfriend and I actually want the girlfriend, that's very easy, actually. 9, 10. All right, there we are. Look at that. Very good. I didn't have sisters, but my mom is nuts, and so is every other woman I've spent significant amounts of time around. Well, yeah, we're the good women. They got to come hang out with me and give me a better sense of well-being or something. No, but, you know, guys are crazy, too. I had crazy brothers, too, so I get it both sides, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like my brothers were super nice either. All right, let's see. The constant conflict definitely gave me a certain sense of things. This is going to Nathan Norman. Congratulations, Nathan Norman. Just like that, $400. Okay. There it is. Good. I'm going to grab this and put it on the back of the Mega Tyranitar, everybody. Check this out. Watch this. Oh, yeah. There it goes. We're glorified monkeys. I feel a little bit like we might be glorified monkeys. Yeah, I feel a little bit like that. Like, when you realize the human is sort of like a very intelligent animal, then everything starts to fall into place. It's like, oh, that's why we do that stuff. And then we have like angels. We depict angels, right? Well, that's because we can imagine what life would be like if we were only good. Only considerate, only smart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't that nice, guys? 4 spots remain on Shining Tyranitar. Now, you know what that means. If you're someone who's buying into that sublist, you only have 4 more shots to actually get a win on that sublist. Only 4 shots left. Getting wild. Shining Tyranitar's close. Let's go mark it down in the Breaks History channel. All right, Javier, I'm going to give you a second chance card as well. I saw you go deep on that one. All right, I feel like you deserve it. We're going to go over here to the Breaks History channel. And that's going to say Mega Sublist, spot number 8. And it went to Nathan Norman. And this went off around 2:29. Do you have any Harry Potter cards? Yes, sir. Yes, we have Harry Potter cards. We got the best Harry Potter cards. We got the best ones. Nobody's got a Harry Potter card like us. We've got these $8 Diagon Alleys, and then we have some fancier Quidditch Cup ones, which are more expensive because they're probably more rare. So I think these are like $13. And then we have the very best one, which is right here. Harry Potter base set. That's $64 a pack. That's what you want right there. That's the most rare one. $64 a pack. Start out with one of those, and then you can play around with one of these later. But you want to secure one of these before they get really expensive, because that's the first one, right? All right, so we're not done with Javier's order. Let's go get him a second chance card, because I'm going to give him that. Really appreciate you, Mr. Javier. All right. I'm going to toss Mr. Team Rocket Grunt in there too, okay? So we'll toss you both in because he had 2 spots too. You're both very nice to me. Thanks, guys. Harry Potter. Dobby's pregnant. Got one of these. There was this one guy that was only good, and he was crucified while Earth as well. There you are. Yeah, it's a fun story. There we go. They freed Barabbas when they were allowed to vote. When people were allowed to vote, they could vote between Jesus or Barabbas, and they voted for Barabbas. That's why we need, you know, a Christian God King. That's the only way to mess with you guys. All right, Javier, 1 live, 1 Crimson Invasion, last spot in the sub list. All right, so let's get you the live custom next. Here goes. Listen, it's a difficult job, but I'm willing to do it. There you go. Okay, we need 1 new Emperor. Oh, yes. All right, I gave you the spot too soon. You maybe didn't need it if this is a big hit. Dark Gyarados 10. Oh, you don't even need it, dude. You're actually doing fine on this round. I should have played the whole round out. I'm going to give it to you anyways just because I like you, but let's go grab that Gyarados. I got to remember that, not to hand out the spot until after the turn is over. I got a live custom. Have no fear. Your live custom will come out of a different part of the box, man. So you won't be affected by his pull. There's lots of... Look at how many slabs we got left in that box. Tons of slabs. So you'll be pulling from a totally different part of the box. You'll be all right. It says Dark Gyarados, right? All right. So that's a good one. Let's go grab it. Here it is for $175. 25th anniversary Dark Gyarados. Now you can decide. Re-roll it for $150 or keep it for $175. What are you thinking? Earth is going to worship the Poke King. Let's see. Boom Boom Bugatti says, I need the Harry Pothead cards. Oh, the Pothead cards. Oh, you should have specified. I got along decently with my little brothers, but my older brother and I were not great. We're fine now, but not as kids. Nice. Let's see. Keep. All right. I'm liking your choices here. Just keep on all these nice cards instead of risking them. Okay. Very good. All right. Now, the last part of his order. 1 pack, Crimson Invasion. Oh, yes. We're getting crazy in here. Good. Tyranitar's at 8 out of 12. It's a crazy time period. That Mega Break's going to go off. I don't even know what to replace it with. Something, I guess. Houndour, Bunnelby, Shellos, Regigigas, and Mamoswine. All right, Regigigas again. He's a good one, though. I like him. I think he looks really good, actually. He's a legendary as well. You know, legendary Pokemon are going to do better than, like, I don't know, Pidove. Set that there. I'll put these Harry Potters away. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. We got vintage Harry Potter ahead of the Harry Potter TV show coming out, guys. If you're a Harry Potter fan, give him a try. Good. All right. That's all completed. And now, until we got a Chris Gonzalez order. Are you ready, Chris? All right, Chris. So you were next. And it says 1 live custom booster. Good luck. All right, so you're going in a different part of the box. The part with the big hit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Guaranteed success here. Boop. No, it's cold. I'm so sorry, Chris. That's a cold one. Dang, dude. All right. Well, I feel bad for you now, Chris. Let's grab this Totodile. Look at that Totodile. And let's get him in there. We're going to say A diamond. Totodile. P10. Little fireworks on this one. So we need 8 packs for this, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We got 8 here. All right. We ought to put something nice in there. We haven't put any nice cards in there for a little while, I feel. Put this energy card in here, I guess. We're still playing some nice Zelda songs right now. It's calm Zelda music. How you guys feel about that, huh? Here, this is perfect. All right. We gotta get something other than junk cards in those live customs sometimes, right? A little holographic card for you there. All right, so these are XY bulk, and they're quite a lot better than standard bulk. All right, there we have it. Totodile will be handing out some bonus cards. Good. Place them up here. All right, and away he goes into the live custom. Live customs are eating up slabs, man. Chris Gonzalez, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. This is Thursday night, guys. I hope you're having a great Thursday night. Next Tuesday is ladies' night again. We're doing ladies' nights on Thursday. If you didn't catch that, if you're just popping around, we had a fun time last time. We did a giveaway, and it was only for the girls. And there was a break, and it was only for the girls as well. But you could buy a spot as a guy, but it was just as a gift for a girl. So that was kind of fun. We need more events like that. Can you guys think of any other fun events? Alex Garcia, 5 English, Union Arena, Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, Jujutsu Kaisen. Boy, I don't know how much of that we got left. It's been a while since we bought that product, because that product was bought some time ago, and it's been selling real slow. Jujutsu Kaisen. I see some old Attack on Titan packs down there. Code Geass, Full Metal Alchemist. All right, so my thoughts. Oh, found it. Found it. Here it is. So I got 1 pack for you and a bonus pack for you, okay? That's what we got. I got to go look for a box, okay? I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. You guys strike up an interesting conversation before I return. All right, well, from the looks of it, we got plenty of product. So Jujutsu Kaisen, we got plenty of it. So if you're liking this, go ham. A TCC Girls Night, this sounds fun. Yeah, you might have missed the last one. All you got to do is show up. It's every Tuesday. And if you show up and just say hi, we put your name into a girls only break. Giveaway, I mean. All right. Kind of like a bar or something. We need some other events, though. What do you guys think? We ought to have like a cult ritual event, like a once a month thing. All the lights are turned off like this. Wait, what would that be like? And then we got to put like some candles or something. Something with fire. All right, there we go. Put some fire up there and some like ritual music. 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Maybe we should have like a tournament night. That'd be new. Maybe something like that requires skill. Ooh. Maybe we can have a Who's That Pokemon day every like once a week. Who's That Pokemon? And we'll have, how should it be played? Maybe like throughout the week, we sell spots in the tournament for it to go off on like a Monday or something. Actually, it should never be Monday. Monday is an actual busy day. Maybe it'd be like Sunday or something. But you got to actually be there on Sunday then. Now, that's tricky because you want people to be there for it. Mexican Mondays for me, hermanos. How Mr. burned down the card collection. I know, that's why I laughed when I suggested it. Candles. We could do like LED lighting in here though. Would you guys find that fun? We are. All right. All right. We just go with our standard lamp. Toss this. Oh yeah, you get this bonus promotional pack. Oh, aren't you special? The promotional pack. Here's a reminder, we got that new Hobbit Magic the Gathering Collector Booster Packs. Those are in stock right now, $96 a pack. Cheap and affordable, really. There it is. But yeah, we sold out almost a whole box of that on the first day. But there's some packs left if you guys ever want to do like, I don't know, we could do like a pack split on it. We could do, you know, a gym break on it, or you can put one into slab away probably. I'll let you do that if you want. There we are. Here's Kanto Nanami. Rave night, and you wear them LED finger gloves. Rave night. Let's try the next pack. We've got Yuji Itadori. All right. Divergent Fist. Okay. Kento Nanami. Kento Nanami. Nabara Kukisaki. Satoru Gojo. Gojo. Satoru Gojo. Who the hell is Satoru Gojo? All right. Tossing this over here. Ooh. Mr. Alex. Let's grab your bag. I don't think you pulled the chase card that you're probably looking for. Oops. Because I didn't see a star card come out of there. But you know that's a fresh box. You could go after that star card. Alex Garcia, here's your bag. Welcome back, Mr. Alex. Pull he, one of the main characters. Good. All right. Very nice. We could have a weed night, and I'll smoke weed the whole time. I don't know if that's a good idea, because I'll, like, cut my fingers or something. Or worse, instead of cutting my finger, I'll cut your card. That would be way worse. We can't have that. I was inebriated, officer. Let's see. He was cutting under the influence. Can't have that. It's Mojo Jojo cushions. So here's a Chris Gonzalez order. He says, come on, baby. What's it say? God, this internet's so slow. 420 special. I guess we do that. We do a 420 special every April. We need like more holidays and stuff like that. Like we gotta, you know, if I'm gonna be here every single day with you guys, we gotta have like some holidays and some special events and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it gets a bit monotonous otherwise. Wouldn't you agree? You know, like if you watch, if every single day you had the exact same TV show playing, eventually you'd probably get a little bored of that TV show. All right, Chris Gonzalez, 1 Paldean Fates, 2 Poke Shuffles. All right, let's get the 2 Poke Shuffles. I think, you know what the Poke Shuffles are begging for? They're begging for another Sudowoodo. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Good luck. 2 Poke Shuffles. Ba-ba-da. Oh, Zatu 10. You sniped. Nice job, man. All right. You did the thing other people want to do. Let's see. Ugh. That's heavy. There's that new Zacian in here. Which one was it? Zatu? Where is Zatu? Is he in the back? Aha! He is a $55 card. You can re-roll him for $45. And he's from Shiny Treasures, and he's graded tag 10. You can also keep him. Ooh, very shiny. Oh, he hurts my eyeballs to look at. There you are. We should have like, yeah, we should have like a tournament night. We should have like a casino night or something. Wouldn't that be funny? What if we had like a roulette board, and instead of using dice, we used the roulette board for the giveaway or something? You can get that Osama rookie card for 911. What? Reroll. All right, so he's not going to keep it. Nobody ever keeps the Satu. Is Satu just that unpopular? You know, I actually had him on my team because he was a psychic type, and I didn't think he was so disliked. All right. He was kind of tough, man. So he goes back in for 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, he's going back in. Your reroll is for 9 spots. Not bad, going from 2 to 9 spots. So you're way up. Good luck in there. All right. What's going to happen to you now? Could go even higher. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. All right, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No! I'm so sorry, dude. That sucks, man. All right. It swapped into a cold around that time. I'm sorry, dude. All right, you were very close. Zatu's flying in those Pokemon fields now. What else? Can we fit anything new into the box? Let's see if anything new will fit into the box. Let's see. Could start putting Luigi and Wario in there. That'd be interesting. Here's a Master Ball Shelmet for 85. Guess we might as well put the Shelmet in there. I don't think anybody's going to want it, but we are running out of options here, guys. We are running. Look, he's English and he's Master Ball, but we're running out of options in that box. Somebody's going to pull Shelmet and just re-roll him. That's what's going to happen, I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It is 17. They'll re-roll to oblivion. Yeah, re-rolls are scary. Sometimes they can lead you getting some hotter. So you could go from 9 spots to like 15 spots if you're lucky. But they can also lead to pulling out a cold stretch out of the box. So both things are possible. I give it like, you have less than it should be like 50-50, right? But also every time you re-roll, you're making the box slightly more cold. So over time, your odds should be worse over time if everyone re-rolled all the time. All right, I don't know if that math works out. All right, T10, it's pretty much a hit. Shelmet is 85. Shelmet? What would you rather pull? Shelmet Master Ball or Warrior Poker? Wario. I feel like Wario is pretty cool, man. All right, there it is. He's in there. Now, you had another part to your order. You had the Paldean Fates. So it's not over for you until the Paldean Fates decide your fates. Let's pull these together. That's Crimson Invasion. Not Crimson. That's a Sword and Shield set. Crown Zenith, I mean, yeah. Aha, Paldean Fates. There it is. There we go. Forgot to put reason. Oh, you forgot to leave a note on what you're buying? Set for 20 Poke Shuffles? Damn, bro. That's nuts. All right, 20 Poke Shuffle. That's $100. We are tossing this away. Chris Gonzalez, good luck. Oh, he pulled something. Oh, what'd he pull? Wow. Congratulations, Chris. It's not so bad after all. That's lucky. That's the one-pack snipe. All right, Gardevoir Altart going to Chris Gonzalez. I definitely didn't expect that, but, you know, it's crazy. It happens, man. All right, we definitely got to save this for the August recap. He posted this Gardevoir in 1-pack. Super sweet. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Now, August recap for this stream. We're going to grab this. And we're going to go over here to the August recap channel. And we're going to say Gardevoir Alt Fates And this will be 2 hours and 49 minutes. Ah, dang it, dude. Now I know how long we've been live. It's already 2:50. It's already been almost 3 hours. Like, how? Doesn't feel like that much time has gone by. Dang, dude. Let me see. Do I have any messages? Let me stop in the middle of your order and see if I have any new interesting messages. All right, so we'll go back over here. I've been getting a lot of offers these days. Like clockwork now. People are like, hey, let me buy your thing. And I'm always keeping an eye out on a very good offer. All right, so once again, this goes to our friend Chris Gonzalez. Chris, how nice. Let's go find your bag. I just got the sub list. I just saw the sub list. Let's go. Congratulations, man. Yeah, you pulled that sub list spot. That's a big deal. That's a lot of money goes into that. And eventually it's going to go off. You have a chance now, 1 in 12 odds, of pulling that entire Tyranitar for just $40, if you can believe it. That whole Tyranitar. And, you know, so the English PSA version of it's probably worth about $20K. So we priced the CGC version at about $4.8 thousand, which I think is pretty fair. And so this probably is about a $4,000, $5,000 card, if I had to guess. You might pull that for $40, if you can even believe it. $40. Somebody is. Somebody's going to pull this. One of the 12 guys who got this is going to pull it. So, yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting exciting. When it's time for that jumbo, when it's time for that mega break to go off, I start to sweat a little bit. I go, Hey, how about this? Don't forget it, guys. We got a new jumbo pack break going, $40 to get in here as well. Check it out. So it's got this bonus pack. This is bonus, okay? I'll say bonus on this. People should know that it's free, right? This particular jumbo pack break comes with the free one, Darkness Ablaze. Set of Heroes, Storm, Final Fantasy, Vintage Power Rangers, some more Night Wanderer, some Weiss, some Riftbound, some Weiss, some Lorcana. This is a PokeBruh, and I don't know if it's a good one or a bad one, but it is one. Here's Eevee, One Piece OP16, Crystal Abyss, which is one that I don't think is on the menu. We got Heat Wave and Lost Abyss. Nothing but good stuff in here. Cool stuff, baby. $40 to get in there. 1 in 4 odds to pull the whole bag. What do you guys think about me turning into a $200 break? You think that's an interesting idea? Ryan says, read my message. Yes, sir. Sent for 20 Poke Shuffles. Yes, sir. We'll take care of that for you, okay? 20 Poke Shuffles. You might be next. Let me see. Okay, so you're not next, but it's almost your turn. So here is an order from Javier. How much is a pre-grade, mister? It looks really good. Pre-grades are for $3, and I'm very good. I can even tell you if it should be going to BGS for Black Label. So you can have me do a very good look at your card. Javier says, One Live Custom, shipping all my bags, all my slabs from today, all slabs from consignment, top spears, tack, blah, 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 blah. All right, so you want everything shipped, including all the consignment cards. Let's get started. But first, One Live Custom. Okay, you got it. It's kind of like cashing out. Let's see how well you do here. Got 1, 2, 3, 1. One last shot at glory. Okay, you pull 1 Marvel Lamplight Girl. Put that back down there. And we'll put that away. And now it's time to grab your bags. You got 1 fat bag, 2 fat bags, and 3 fat baggies. All right, your box is empty. We basically have a Javier box. Did you know that? 1 box, and it's just your stuff, always. You're very consistent, so I like to keep you in your own space. Now, that's going to require one of these. Miss Alexis comes in on Friday to do shipping, everybody. Got a nice fat box to fit all your stuff in. Okay. Make a little space there. All right, and now we'll print up a label. Now, you got a lot, probably. You probably got a big chunk of slabs. You got this, obviously, you got this box here. So I might do 2 labels just to be a little bit safe, just to allow her to pack it really nice. So I'm thinking 2 labels, Mr. Javier. How much is pre-grade? Oh, yeah, $3. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and print him a label, guys. And then I have one more step. I got to find all of his consignment cards. He's got consignment cards for sale, and he'd like to go ahead and ship those home. That does mess up one thing. It means I got to remove all the consignment pictures. Something for me to think about. All right. Clicking on this. And we're going to make it probably about 2 pounds. All right. We might do a bags only and then slabs only kind of packaging. Whew. It's already 5:05 somehow. How's that possible? Who has the #1 crown right now? Is this Dark Souls music? Whoa, that almost sounds like Dark Souls for a second there. Started out like Dark Souls. That's not Dark Souls. Resendez has crown #2. That makes him the crown leader. Unless somebody else has crown #1. Mexican Mondays? What? How would that work? Mexican Mondays. Still Zelda. Do I just like leave it like a taco on the table the whole time? Maybe I can do like a taco mukbang. All right, so while it's calculating the price of your label, which is taking its sweet time doing that, let's go back to your order. And you kind of talk about what cards you have on consignment. You say you got a Spearow, a Juggernaut, a SpongeBob, a Rhydon, Square Cut, and okay. So I'm going to start by moving this off to the side so we can do this more easily. And we need to go looking for those things on the table because I think the Spearow's up on the table. Tag 10 Juggernaut. Tag 10 Juggernaut? Probably tag 9 Juggernaut. All right, we're looking. Okay. Man, I can still smell the way my grandma's house smelled when I was a kid. I still have the smell in my mind. Whoa. She passed away when I was probably about 11. Maybe younger. No, my grandpa passed away when I was about 8 or 9, and then she passed away when I was about 11. Crazy how some things become really strong memories. I drove by her house when I went to Kansas City a couple years ago. Oops. They sold the house off, obviously, and it was kind of a sad thing to see because it looked like the new owners weren't really taking care of it as strongly. House looked all worn out. It is. But, of course, the house is getting pretty old, too, you know. It's expensive to do upkeep on a home. Ooh, pristine Mr. Mime over there. That looked kind of nice. Muck. Says the muck's on consignment for somebody, but it doesn't say who, huh? All right. Gotta be careful with that. Ah, Spearow. Found the Spearow. I'll probably not be here for the Poke Shuffles. Whatever happens, can you just set them to the side for me? I'll handle it during the next stream. Thank you very much, Ryan. I'll do that for you. Sorry I couldn't get it. Sorry I couldn't get it to you faster. We just go in order of the orders. There we are. Kind of wish I had gotten it to him. All right, let's see. Javier. None of these. That's a nice Gyarados. All right. Aha. So here's the Juggernaut. He is a 9. Okay. I feel like I need to show these off a bit more. They're so nice. Tammy. That's an old Anthony Kalura card. Still hasn't sold. Wonder whatever happened to Anthony, you know, because I sold all these cards for him, and then he just kind of left. He's got store credit, you know. All right. Let me zoom out because I think you guys like to see what's on the table. There we go. We're pulling up all these consignment cards. So far, we got 2 for you. Sounds like you need the Magic SpongeBob and Rhydon Square Cut. Okay, there's the Rhydon. Putting that there. And that's it. So what are we missing here? PSA 9 Magic SpongeBob. I didn't run into your SpongeBob card. Why would that be? Let me see if you sold a SpongeBob card in the consignment channel. So down here we have consignment sold. Click Javier, Ace Victini. Victini Poker. Wow. You sold that Victini Poker card like twice, dude. Isn't that funny as hell? The Juggernaut is a 9, I believe. Yeah, here he is. So I didn't see the SpongeBob 9. That's the only one I didn't see. You said PSA 9 Magic SpongeBob. And are there any more cards down here? Maybe there's a card down here that I can't see properly. No, doesn't look like it. This whole box shouldn't contain anything but girl cards in it. Pretty sure. Yeah, just girl cards. These are all for John Lucas. Wonder whatever happened to John Lucas. You know, that guy used to be really busy. He used to buy a lot from us. John Lucas, he was a big customer. And then he just hasn't shown up in a while. Hope he's doing well financially. You know, sometimes people are big customers and then their financial situation changes and then you don't see them. All right, let's start working these back down here. It's a tag 8, I think. Magic SpongeBob. All right. Maybe it was on the table and I didn't. Give me a hint. Do you remember it being on the table recently, or do you think it's probably down in the... Well, if it was in the box, there'd be a picture of it, wouldn't there? Okay, SpongeBob, huh? You don't remember the exact name of the SpongeBob card, do you? Because I can check the regular boxes for it, too. Sometimes the consignment cards get mixed in with regular cards for sale, so they get stored wrong. Okay, let's see. Oh, haha, got it. Okay. I didn't think that it would be the pineapple. That's what got me. All right, cool. We got it, guys. They're all good. Took a second there. All right, here they are. And so now we just got to write your names on the back, and you're all good. Okay. How many slabs you think you got? Probably like 10. I'm just trying to decide if I should make it 2 separate boxes. It seems like it probably should be. There it goes. All right, now let's hit print on this. I'll give Alexis all the labels she needs. Okay, and then I'm going to hit print again. We're running low on postage again. Crazy. Postage is so expensive, man. Good. All right. So she's getting 2 labels. That's all folded up and placed over there. And now you're good to go, Mr. Javier. Javier, you've been going deep with me. I really appreciate it, man. Keeping the streams busy, pulling some epic slabs, entertaining us. Really cool, man. We'll jump in here like that. All right. I lost count, honestly. Well, we'll make sure she gets all those. And now, the next order will be Alex Garcia for 8 more Jujutsu Kaisen. All right, Jujutsu Kaisen times 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. One moment. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got 8 of these. Boop. Look at all these. Wow. That Patrick's pretty cheap at $185. He's a tag 10, the Patrick over there. Snipping this. Oops. Snipping these. Snipping this. All right, cool, man. So we have ladies' nights on one of the nights. I wonder what else we could have. What if we could have like an auction night? If I was going to host an auction night, I would definitely host it like on Friday. Ooh, what if we had like a consign auction night where it's like anyone can consign anything to auction and it would be featured right in the middle of the table? Here's Ayo Toto. We got another action point card. This looks super cool, man. I like the way that looks. Here's Suguru. Sukuna and AOE. We got Megumi Fushiguro. Not Megumi. That guy knows like jitsus and stuff. Here's Hollow Purple Suguru Geto. And last but not least, whoa, Toge Inumaki. All right, you want my honest opinion, Alex? You might as well go a little bit deeper before someone snipes that box, because that's what I think happens after this point. That box is in a snipeable position. All right, Alex Garcia, thank you so much. Okay. I wanted Ryan to be here to see his cards get opened. Mr. Alex. His name is Alex. Eddie Mendoza says 10 Poke Shuffles. Eddie does go first in this situation. He ordered these first. You ready? All right. Good luck, Eddie. The guy after you orders 20 of these. What do you think? What do you think of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Oh, Dark Jolteon 7.5. Pretty good. All right. Just the Dark Jolteon, though. Okay. Let's go grab them. Ugh. Here he is. He is worth $35. Well, you can re-roll him for 30 essentially. He's actually supposedly worth 45, which almost seems kind of low, considering that is first edition Dark Jolteon. I don't even think that price is right. I think that price is kind of low, man. Can I get a discount if I buy bulk of booster packs? Says Calix Yanua. There are some scenarios where we offer a discount for volume buying, yeah. Especially if you buy a whole case of something. We can arrange for that. And when you buy a whole case of something, we can do a lower case price. If you just want to buy like one booster box of things, we usually don't change the price all that much. All right, Eddie, what are you thinking? Set that there. Oh, good. And so it is literally Ryan's turn right after this. And we need to fit a new card up into those Poke Shuffles now. All of these are too big to fit. That's what she said. Let's see. Man, I gotta admit, that Hello Kitty's pretty cute, and it's only 80. But this is a pristine coughing. I guess we better put pristine coughing in. Okay. Eddie Mendoza. He's going to get this by default in a second, because we're going to run out of time. Eddie Mendoza, you pulled this Dark Jolteon. What would you like to do with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Here it is. Re-roll. All right, he's re-rolling. Let's see. We're going to say pristine coughing. T10. Okay. Good. Your reroll is for 6 spots. And I'm going to buy the Jolteon back out of the box. Now, you get 6 spots. Good luck. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are your 6 spots. Good luck. Maybe a big snipe. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is a snipe. All right. You got both 2 lives and a star spot. Can't be re-rolled. So you have to accept this into your heart like Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there you go. So I got 8 of those. Set this over here. And then the 2 lives. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 2 lives. Now you can't really re-roll the 2 lives either. You kind of got to accept both of those. The star spot is for a box break. That's Eddie. I better put your whole name in there. Mendoza. Okay. Oops. And we're going to put you over here. It hasn't received a spot in a while. The Star Box Break. Ki-Hyun Rowe, Chris Gonzalez, and Eddie Bertoro all in here. That's 3 people. I think there's a total of 8 spots. Here it is. It's for this whole box of vintage G.I. Joe. Kind of a strange one, huh? G.I. Joe. They're pretty neat. Printed by WotC. Wizards of the Coast. 2004, I think. 2 Life Customs. Good luck. You might be the chosen one. What are you going to pull? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. Here's Luigi. Luigi time. And Bob Well, at least you got some cute little poker cards, but that did not transform itself into a big hit this time. What did we end up doing with you? Did you have... You shipped, didn't you? You shipped. Yeah, you shipped. And so you need a brand new bag. All right, new bag time. G.I. Joe, bro? Yeah. We are. That was originally why I bought those. I bought those because I was going to send them in to BBCE to grade them. And then I just kind of didn't do that. I didn't want to learn their system. And after it was done grading, I don't know if people would have found the joke really funny. Get you a fresh bag. All right. Anything from Mr. Eddie here. We did get one very good joke out of the G.I. Joes. We were doing a giveaway when we hit like 10,000 new subs, which we do that every time, by the way, guys. So when we hit 10,000 new subs over here, it triggers a big giveaway. So if you need a reason to subscribe, there you have it. But anyways, so we hit 10,000 new subs and we were doing a big giveaway. And I was doing one for a whole pack of base set. And it was kind of like, you know, you had to get lucky. You were going onto a list. And some guy, he finally wins. And I've told this story a couple times, but he finally wins. And then instead of a base set pack, I say, oh, it was this G.I. Joe pack. So I do one of those, and most people found it funny, you know, because everyone else had already lost. So it was like they discovered they didn't really lose anything. But the guy who had won that little giveaway, he was furious. He was pissed that I did that. He was like, he went into the DMs. He started cussing me out. Yeah, he was really pissed off at that. All right. He didn't like that joke one bit. He thought that was a terrible joke. Ryan Trejo's next. For $100, 20 Poke Shuffles. Good luck. He didn't think that joke was even slightly funny. And he went off on me, and we went back and forth at it for a while. I told him, you know, it's a joke. And he's like, you know, so he went off for a while. He got really nasty. Like, he wanted to kind of like insult me or injure me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. He kept telling me that I owed him an actual base set pack. And I was like, no, I don't. Yeah, G.I. Joe pack, man. G.I. Joe pack. There we go. Are you ready? I want to ship, depending on your pre-grade, how much it is nowadays. The pre-grade is $3. All right, here goes. 1. This is Ryan Trejo. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he gets 2 cards out of the 20. Oh, how much is shipping? Shipping has always been $9 in the United States. $9. Tempting to raise it by $1, but it's just going to be $9. All right, let's go get some Pokemon. Scalapede's a good one. He's 50. I don't know about the old maid Slowpoke, though. He might be like 40. So this would be pretty close to a break-even scenario for you. Here's the Scalapede. He is 50. All right, let's see. And here is the... Well, how good am I? 50 and 40. I knew their prices. 50 and 40. Good deal. Whew. Well, I think we had another Scalapede that we could actually toss in there, didn't we? So there you have it. Mr. Ryan. Now, Ryan, you could re-roll these, but I got to warn you, a lot of the cards in the box are kind of similar to these. 2 cards you just pulled. The truth is, we don't have a lot of Pikachus and Charizards left. It's, we haven't had a submission come back to us in so long. It's terrible. We're thirsting for any submission to come back. Actually, I got to wonder if, you know, I felt that I got a PSA charge in my bank account. A big one. Let me take a look at that again. Click. All right. I got to see this again because I thought they charged me a couple $1,000. But I never got a message from them like, oh, we finished a submission of yours. I'm jumping over here. Oh, it was a deposit. They gave me $3,000. Oh, very good. Okay, I earned money. All right, never mind. All right. I'm going to throw these away. This guy's asking how many steel boxes of this do I have? Oh, I don't like that he's asking that. All right, and over here we've got an order for Aaron Cereals, 2 Storm Emeralda. Hello, Aaron. How are you? Aaron Cereals. All right. Well, guys, we're wrapping up. It is 3:16. Where's the guy with the crown? Is he still here? Crown spot number 1. It's looking like the guy with the crown ain't here. Oscar's still here, right, Oscar? Okay, here's Cacturn. All right. You got 1 Cacturn. Yippee, yippee. We did it. Oscar, I think you're the guy with the number 1 crown. That's what I'm thinking. My man, Mr. Oscar, is here. Aaron Bagley. Ah, here we are. Aaron Sears. Said you got an 1125 bag. That's pretty old. I'm just going to update it because, you know, it's a tiny bag, so I don't mind updating it for you when it's this small. If you got a big fat bag, we don't do that because it's like, we want you to ship it a little bit. This shall say 8.26. Good job, Mr. Aaron. All right. Look at this Tangela. Aren't you guys dying to collect a Tangela? There's a Tatsugiri. There's a nice Gyarados. It's legitimately pretty nice, the Gyarados right there. All right. It's 5:30. We got to wrap up, guys. We got to stop. It's Friday, though. Isn't that nice? Friday morning. Who doesn't like Friday morning? We have a John Bailey order. Mr. John, he says... Click. Come on now. 1 spot for the trade break and 1 Poke Shuffle. John Bailey. Here you go, John. Remember when SpongeBob said he was number 1? He was talking about me. There you go. Oops. All right, grabbing the trade break. I can't wait to get back on social media and get literally like flooded with clips of people discussing that whole case, the Lacey or whatever it is, Lacey case. I don't know the name of the lady, but she's the lady who like strangled her kids. Everyone's talking about that. That's all I'll hear tonight. The moment I turn on like TikTok or Instagram or something like that, everyone's just going to be like, you can't trust women or something like that. Women are the devil. Got 1, 2, 3. All right, here goes. John Bailey. Boop. 1 cold one. I'm sorry, John. 1 cold one. All right. Everybody's talking about that one. I'm going to send for shipping now. Could you get my slabs off consignment and ship as well? Yes. In fact, we can also do that tomorrow night because it's 5:30 right now. So I'm thinking I might wrap it up. You can send that in and we'll start working on that in the beginning of the next stream, okay? In the meantime, let's go ahead and take care of you, Mr. Oscar. Where's that mark giveaway? So we got number 18, Oscar. Anyone else got a crown or just Oscar? Okay, we got 19 and 20. Who should be spots 19 and 20, huh? Did anyone have very bad luck tonight? I don't think anyone had really bad luck. We're We're trying to get 6 back here. I'm going to put Javier on the list because we like him a lot because he goes so deep. And I'm going to play 6 on spot number 20. All right, you ready? Unless you want the waifu cards for 70 credit. I don't think I'm ready to take those waifu cards on. Oh my gosh, it actually did land on 20. Wow. All right, that's the end of the Mark giveaway. And it looks like it's actually going to be snatched up by 6. I'm putting her on there to get her to come back here. Here we are. All right, that's 2-6 from Mark. She's alive. She was here like 2 nights ago. Here we are. All right, wow, that's crazy. I didn't expect that. I'm going to throw this away. Wigged. Damn, maybe 6 will pop back up. Yeah, I'm going to let her know. Here we are. All right. And set that there. We're trying to get her to come back. And I thought maybe I'd just toss her into a break until she wins one. So she did actually win a break this time. All right. You give her all these one. I just didn't expect that. I didn't think that would happen. And we gave Oscar the crown spot because Oscar did have the crown. And all right, guys. So that's going to be the end of the stream. I'm going to hit refresh on this. Good. 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 It's all cleared out. Perfect. I had a great stream with you guys. We'll be back on for the Friday daytime stream. I hope you guys will be there because I'm going to be there with bells on. I'll see you there. See you later, everybody.